Pleasant Grove Vikings.
And good evening, football fans, and welcome to Week 9 of the high school football season here on KSL Sports Rewind. Tonight we come to you from Skyridge High School. It is senior night for the defending 6A state champions as they play host to the 7-1 Pleasant Grove Vikings in what should be an amazing matchup here on the first weekend of October. A pleasant good evening to you all. Matt Coma alongside Brian Brown for this one. And Brian, it's finally October. We got some snow on the top of Mount Timpanogos in front of us here, and it's getting down to crunch time here in the high school football season.
Yeah, orange isn't the only thing you see as you look around the valley. It's not just the Skyridge field. As you can see, the leaves changing in the background. And another one of those beautiful backdrops here in the state of Utah. No better place to enjoy it on a Friday night than here at Skyridge High School for what's going to be, Matt, I think a very exciting competitive game.
We have seen this region absolutely dominate the landscape of high school football here in Utah. These two teams have been at the front of it, along with American Fork. We got a great one tonight. As we mentioned, Pleasant Grove comes into tonight's contest 7-1, getting their first loss a week ago to American Fork, taking on this undefeated Skyridge team tonight. We'll talk about the home team in just a minute, but Brian, first let's talk about the Vikings. Their first loss a week ago, but a great campaign in the third season under Taylor Walkenhorst, and the Vikings looking to play spoiler here on senior night against the Falcons.
Yeah, they're going to have a tough task, Matt, but, you know, as you look at this Viking team, they've been through the gamut, played a variety of teams already here in Region 3, and though they do have that one loss to American Fork, they're going to depend heavily upon Carson Rasmussen, their Mr. Everything quarterback, to lead them through this affair. It's a Pleasant Grove team that offensively lives and dies with Rasmussen, and defensively is a stout, strong defensive team.
It's great. You mentioned Carson Rasmussen. He's been getting it done both through the air and on the ground. 13 touchdowns through the air, 11 on the ground. So he definitely will be a dual threat to watch for the Pleasant Grove Vikings. On the flip side, for the home team, the defending 6A champions, Skyridge Falcons, have had a couple of close calls, but really have been dominant throughout this entire season. Justin Hem doing a great job in his first season as head coach of this Falcon program. Another undefeated run here as this Falcons team looks to get to 9-0 tonight. What do you see from Skyridge tonight?
For Skyridge, it's going to be about maintaining the course, so to speak. And while we love to use ship metaphors in football for some reason, they've got a great captain at the helm here. Not only Coach Justin Hem, but also in senior quarterback Jackson Stevens. He makes this offensive unit go. Where last year's state championship team was so elite on the defensive side of the football, it is Jackson Stevens and that offensive unit that really makes Skyridge roll.
Yeah, we'll
sail. Yeah, stick with the ship metaphor.
Or soar if you're going with the birds. So we'll talk about Jackson Stevens and what he has done in this season so far in a little bit as the team's getting ready to head out onto the field. You saw the coin toss. Skyridge won the toss. They elected to defer, so we'll see the Vikings on offense to start here tonight. Just waiting for the teams to make their way onto the field. We want to remind everybody that tonight's game is brought to you by Heidemann and Associates. Heidemann Associates is a flat rate law firm that is completely focused on you. Get a free consultation by calling 801-472-7742 or go to utah.law to find the office nearest you. As you see, the Vikings over on the far side, we have orange smoke coming from the Falcons helmet over here as we're getting closer and closer to kickoff here. Give me a key to the game for both these teams, Brian.
Well, for Pleasant Grove, it's Carson Rasmussen on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, it's Hewitt McBride at the linebacker position. He does everything for them. But watch out for Jake Lawson on the defensive side of the football as well. He is a forced fumble specialist. Over 3 forced fumbles on the season, which when you think about it, that's quite a lot with only 9 high school games. For Skyridge, it's going to be about what they always do. Starting fast, finishing strong. Defensively, you're going to see a lot of blitzes on third downs. Offensively, you're bound to see 1 or 2 explosive plays per drive. Stevens is definitely going to look for Trent Call first and foremost through the air, but he has a lot of weapons on that offense, Matt. It should be a really interesting comparison between a very talent-laden deep Skyridge team and a feisty, competitive Pleasant Grove squad that has really come together well this season.
Yeah, if you joined the stream early before we got underway here, you saw the senior night festivities for this Falcons program. 32 seniors on this class for the Falcons tonight that were honored before the game. It is a very senior-laden program looking to go back-to-back state titles after winning it all for the first time in program history last season. So as I mentioned, the Falcons won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so they'll kick off. They're in the gray uniforms with the white bottoms. They'll move left to right on your screen in this first quarter. Pleasant Grove's in the white uniforms with the blue bottoms. They move right to left as they're going to get the ball first here on the first Friday night of October. 2 weeks left in the regular season, and we got a great one for you here on KSL Sports Rewind.
Yeah, it's really incredible atmosphere tonight. You've got students dressed in pink, orange in the cheerleaders, blue. We have a full rainbow of activity, Matt.
As we are underway, kick goes into the end zone for a touchback, and we will see the Pleasant Grove offense for the first time. As we mentioned, led by the junior Carson Rasmussen. 24 total touchdowns on the season for Rasmussen, 13 through the air, 11 on the ground, as he and the offense look to get momentum started here on their opening drive.
You'll see number 0 out there, Deshaun Lolo, one of the leaders of that defensive unit for Skyridge. He does everything for them, plays on the edge, linebacker position, very highly rated recruit as well. I believe in the class for 2026, if I'm not mistaken, or 2025. Easy to get those numbers mixed up for a guy at my age.
1st and 10 from the 20. The Vikings go to the ground and they get nothing on the play. As Tualau Wolfgram on the opening carry for the Vikings gets to the line of scrimmage before he's met by a flock of Falcons.
And for Pleasant Grove, it's about not being intimidated from the jump. They don't have the largest offensive line like we've seen with some teams, but it's still a formidable front. They need to get hats on hats and establish the tone early on.
2nd and 10, Rasmussen to the air. This time connects with his receiver. That's Makai Peterson for a gain of 4. That brings up 3rd down here early for Pleasant Grove.
And for Pleasant Grove, it's likely going to be through the air where they're going to do the bulk of their work tonight offensively. That Skyridge defensive front does such a good job in the run game, and so if you can give Carson Rasmussen time to work in the pocket, that should allow the Vikings to be effective tonight.
Early test here for the Vikings, 3rd and 6 as flags fly.
The play is called dead.
We'll see what the call is here.
Alongside Jeff Worthing and welcome. And there really are some characters.
And it'll be a false start on Pleasant Grove. That'll back him up 5 yards, and now 3rd and long upcoming for Pleasant Grove.
And that's one of those mistakes that for Pleasant Grove, even though this is a 7-1 football team, Matt, they can't afford to make mistakes against a very, very talented Skyridge team. And an early 3rd and long situation with a strong wind blowing from left to right on your screen really does put them in a predicament.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove going into the wind on this first drive. They got 4 wideouts on 3rd and 11. Rasmussen looking for an escape route. He gets out to the 25 before he's met by the Falcons, and that brings up 4th down.
And that situation, I think it was a nice job by Pleasant Grove. Looked like a QB draw from the get-go. Just get some positive yards, get your special teams unit out on the field, and try and avoid any kind of catastrophic turnovers, especially that close to your own end zone. That's the last place you want to turn the ball over. The Skyridge defense is very opportunistic.
So it'll be Gabe McCoy back to punt for Pleasant Grove. Tavian Edwards and Fotu Moiai back to return for Skyridge as the kick is away. Going to be bounced at about the 45 and hop out of bounds there. And Skyridge will start with great field position, and as we mentioned, they will be led out by the senior, Jackson Stevens. He and Isaac Wilson have really been testing each other back and forth on the season, as Jackson Stevens, #1 in the state of Utah in passing touchdowns, Brian.
And really with Stevens, what it's about is it's about being the captain of this offensive ship. He has so many weapons out there. We talked about Trent Call. He's got one of the best offensive lines in the state, anchored by Ben Roberts, the left tackle, and they are raring to go here.
So Skyridge starts 1st and 10 from their own 45. Stevens back to throw on 1st down, connects with the receiver. Over on the far side, that is Jack Burke with the first catch tonight for the Falcons.
Yeah, Burke had a phenomenal game last week. Another one of those great weapons they have. You'll see from Skyridge, this is what they love to do. They love to get in there. I call it a muddle. Some people like to call it a no huddle, but they want to go no huddle. They want to use that personnel, and they want to catch you off guard with motion and all sorts of other activities.
Gain of 9 on 1st down brings up 2nd and 1. Stevens will hand it off. Carter Sheffield, first carry of the night, has the 1st down and fights his way down near the 40-yard line.
Nice job of Sheffield following his blockers, then cutting back once he sees a little bit of daylight for Pleasant Grove.
Number 58 on the tackle.
Opportunistic first series there as you're able to limit the big gain on the run play. And up front, they may be a little undersized, but they're definitely not outmatched.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons from the 41. And pressure coming, and Stevens goes down. Riker Mickelson getting the backfield for the Vikings.
What a great job by Mickelson coming off the edge. Lays the wood to Stevens. Looked like he didn't even see him coming. And for Mickelson and the Vikings, they're going to need a lot more of that kind of opportunistic play in order to be successful in limiting the Skyridge offense tonight.
Sack brings it back to the 47, now 2nd and 16 for Skyridge. Just under 9 minutes to go here in our opening quarter. Stevens gets the call from the sideline. They'll send 4 wideouts. Only 3 down linemen for Pleasant Grove. Stevens back to pass once more. Darts it near side. Trent Call had it there for a minute, but there is Mickelson again. Denies that pass attempt, and it brings up 3rd and long.
And Mickelson, another leader of this defense. I believe he's 2nd or 3rd on the team on tackles, but he does a great job there of getting into call, disrupting the ball, making sure he doesn't come down with it, and Skyridge down in 3rd and long.
Now a big test for the Falcons here from near midfield, 3rd and 16. Four wideouts again for Jackson Stevens as they spread things out. Stevens setting up the screen, throws it to Colby Smith, and he's not going to get much. Vikings with good pursuit. Gain of 3 brings up 4th down.
Yeah, you mentioned, Matt, that they like to go with that 3-down look against Skyridge. They want to use those linebackers to play in space and to try and make Skyridge do something in front of them. They're going to try and bring pressure from odd angles, and we see Skyridge is going to try and go for it here on 4th and long.
4th and 14 here. We'll see if they do elect to go for it here. It looks like they will. Or maybe just trying to catch the Vikings offside. 10 seconds to go on the play clock here. We'll see if Justin Hem elects to use a timeout here. Clock goes down to 0.
Let's meet the players.
And it's going to be a timeout for Skyridge. So a timeout here early in the first quarter. We'll step aside real quick. 4th and long coming for Skyridge here on KSL Sports Rewind.
Number 72, Mark on. There's Super Saiyan off the roller, number 79.
Set up on the 50.
Apologies, folks. The Falcons took the penalty instead there, so they'll back up 5 yards and punt this one away on 4th and long. Kicks away. Cale McCoy back for the Vikings, so let this bounce, and it rolls out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will take over. Brian, both defenses showing up here early in this one.
Yeah, you love the aggression from both teams early on. Expected from Skyridge. This is a tough, well-tested unit. Did lose some starters, but from last season, but you have Ian Mariner there in the middle. I mentioned Deshaun Toilolo as well. For Pleasant Grove, you love them coming out and showing no fear defensively. Early blitz from the backside there to create the 3rd and long situation, and now we'll see if Rasmussen can get the offense going.
So 1st and 10 for Pleasant Grove from their own 13-yard line. Rasmussen calls his own number, and he's met in the backfield. Toilolo, first one there, and he comes up with a sack.
He's hard to miss. Luckily, he's got the pink spat on tonight, but you can see why he's such a valued player in this defense, so versatile, able to make plays, beat defenders in a variety of ways. The speed or the strength on that one just gets to the ball before anybody else could even block him.
Loss of 3 on the sack brings up 2nd and 13 for PG. Rasmussen with 4 wideouts. Send a man in motion. Rasmussen, pressure coming, rolls out of it, throws it upfield, and it's caught by Tanner Blake. Gets out of bounds out past the 15.
Rasmussen can do it all. He can throw it, he can run it, and because of that, you can see the respect that Skyridge defense has to show as they come up in a no huddle. Pleasant Grove with 3rd and about 6.
PG spreading things out once again as well, as Brian just mentioned, 3rd and 5 here. Call it a long 5 or a short 6, depending on your optimism. Falcons show pressure. They're coming. Rasmussen going to let it go deep. Has a man out there, and it's incomplete.
Nice job by Rasmussen there to recognize the blitz. That's an area where Skyridge is absolutely lethal defensively. There's a pretty good ball out there. Looked like McCoy just misjudged or mistimed his jump. Not able to bring it down. And for Pleasant Grove, some good opportunities, opportunistic, but not able to get the first down, and they'll have to punt it away.
Now it's Fotu Moiai in coverage for the Falcons as the Vikings punt this one away. It's going to bounce at about midfield, take a Falcon hop to the PG 45, and that's where we'll see this Falcon offense for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, almost right where the last drive left off, and for Pleasant Grove, at some point in time, you want to try and flip this field. The early defensive effort from the Vikings, extremely strong. If you're a Pleasant Grove fan watching, you're excited to see that. But on the flip side of it, you don't want to keep rolling your defense out too often against a very potent Skyridge offense.
So the Falcons go to work, 6:39 to go first quarter, 1st and 10 from the PG 44-yard line. Stevens will hand it off. Sheffield fighting for a couple of yards there. Gets about 2 on first down.
Stevens hands off to number 3, Connor Sheffield, run up the middle.
So you're going right up the middle, not a lot of yardage, and mentioned that Pleasant Grove doesn't necessarily have the exact same size. A nice job there by, I believe, Thatcher Kuhn and his crew on the defensive line to hold up that Skyridge offensive line.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 for Skyridge. Stevens with 4 wideouts, fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, good hit, and it's incomplete. That was number 2 for the Vikings. That's Sean Cottle with the breakup there for PG.
Yeah, great job by Cottle coming from the safety position. You see him coming downhill quickly. Part of what we talked about, Matt, with that 3-down line look, if they can continue to get push up front. It's interesting. Hewitt McBride is actually playing nose guard tonight.
3rd and 8 now for Skyridge. 3 wideouts to the near side. Stevens with pressure sets up the screen, darts it over the middle, has Brett Bueller with first down yardage.
Nice job by Skyridge catching Pleasant Grove in a pressure situation, using the screen to get a first down.
I don't think he got it. I think they're going to rule him just shy of the marker there. It's going to be 4th and short.
Interesting. Skyridge, one of the better lighting situations here in the state, so no excuse on my part for missing that one, but 4th and short now.
Yeah, 4th and inches here for Skyridge. They'll go for it, and we get whistles and a timeout by the Vikings here.
Taken by the Vikings.
So we'll step aside as well. 5:30 to go. First quarter still scoreless between PG and Skyridge here on KSL Sports Rewind.
We have a mini cheer presentation.
Welcome back. 5:30 to go. First quarter. 4th and inches upcoming here for Skyridge here. And they're going to trot the offense back out. Falcon team has not had any problems moving the ball throughout the season. We'll see what they call here on 4th and short.
Pleasant Grove.
Oh, fumble on the play. It doesn't matter who's got it. It's going to be PG football. And a mistake on 4th and down leads to a turnover here.
Huge turnover, Matt, as the Vikings stuff the box there, and then either a miscommunication on the snap count or somebody goes early and everybody kind of froze, and sure enough, Pleasant Grove jumps on top of that one, and just like we talked about, able to flip the field, allow their offense some space to work in, and Carson Rasmussen heading downfield. This could be an opportunity for them to get an early lead.
3rd fumble recovery of the season for PG as they start with their best field position of the night. Rasmussen over to the far side for about a yard gain as Peterson. As Rasmussen didn't look like he had anybody to go to on that one.
Almost looked like they had multiple screens set up there as Rasmussen takes a deep drop. Sees plenty of defenders in his face and throws the outlet on the outside there, I believe. Number 4, if I'm not mistaken, for Pleasant Grove, Riker Mickelson.
So a gain of 1 brings up 2nd and 9. 4 wideouts again for PG. Rasmussen will roll to the near side. Has him in. It's McCoy. And he's tripped up at around the 43-yard line for another gain of about 3.
Yeah, correction on that. I believe it was Mackay Peterson on the prior catch. But like you said, McCoy there in the flat, able to pick up a few yards. And this Skyridge defense off the turnover, extremely stingy right now, Matt.
See what happens here on 3rd and 6. Under 5 minutes now to go, first quarter. Rasmussen barking out the play call. Falcons showing a little pressure as well. As Rasmussen calls his own number, weaving through the Falcon defense. Stood up right at the line to gain. We'll see where they spot it.
Nice call there by the Pleasant Grove offense. They go with a little speed option and a nice fake up front as it's almost a turn back blocking style. So if you see on a rollout, Rasmussen catches the defense off guard, able to slip inside, and the forward momentum gets the Vikings the first down.
Just barely gets the first down. New set of downs here for the Vikings. Ball right at the midfield stripe. Things spread out again for Pleasant Grove. We'll send a man in motion on the far side. Rasmussen looks to throw. Pressure coming, avoids it. Trying to fight up the far side. Gets about a yard before he's met in by number 6, Trevin McClellan.
Yeah, nice job by McClellan as you see Rasmussen tries to put a move on him there, and McClellan, great job targeting the thigh area, able to bring him down. And anytime you can get Carson Rasmussen down the first tackle, that's a big win, especially if you're Skyridge.
My apologies, Austin Barker with the good tackle there over on the far side, number 8 on the program. Under 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Falcons move. And I think it'll be offside on the Falcons, so 5 free yards for PG.
Just one of those gamesmanship situations where Pleasant Grove able to draw the defense offside, and for the Vikings, they need to get as much as that as they possibly can. They've got a lot of players going both ways tonight, Matt, so you want to try and get an early lead here.
Vikings in Falcon territory for the first time tonight is once again fighting his way towards the line to gain is Rasmussen, and this one I think he's going to be just shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, he'll set up 3rd and very short if that's the case, and it does look like it is. You can see Rasmussen, not a huge quarterback, but runs with a lot of power for a player his size, just 5'10", 5'11".
Gain of 8 on that one, brings up 3rd and inches, so a short yardage to go for Pleasant Grove this time. Falcons stack up the middle as they'll hand it off with a seam up the first side goes Matt Morris for a first down for Pleasant Grove.
Well, just a great job by that Pleasant Grove offensive line to seal off the edge, to allow him to get to the outside, and no hesitation there. As Pleasant Grove picks up the first down.
Gain of 7 on that 3rd down play. 1st and 10 now, PG from the 34. Rasmussen back to throw once more. Pressure coming. Steps up once again. Still looking for someone to throw to. Lofts it up top. He's got Makai Peterson, and he's got the end zone. Touchdown, Pleasant Grove.
And completed catch to the
What a pitch and catch from Carson Rasmussen to Peterson as he jukes the defender, slides back behind the line of scrimmage and zips over the top of the defense for the touchdown. And Pleasant Grove going for two quick.
No, they called him short right at the 1 yard line. Rasmussen finishes the deal, but a big play by Mickelson, and PG's on the board.
Here I am trying to get all excited for my moment, and PG goes ahead and handles business regardless. Carson Rasmussen is up to the task tonight, Matt. We talked about it at the start of the broadcast. He's the engine for this offense. You can see him right there on multiple plays, powering them into this score.
So Rasmussen from a yard out for the touchdown. Parker Hall for the extra point, and it is good. So PG strikes first in this battle of Region 3 teams here. 7-0 PG, 1:54 to go here in the first quarter.
Pleasant Grove Vikings 7, Skyridge 0.
So an exciting drive there from PG as they get on the board. As the teams make it back out onto the field, I want to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by Advanced Windows. They have a fall window sale right now, $2,000 off 10 windows or more. 60 months, 0% interest financing available. Limited time only though, so call 801-850-9100. That's Advanced Windows and AdvancedWindowsUSA.com.
Looks like the wind has died down a little bit here, Matt, which is great for us. We try to shuffle our papers in front of us. And one of the joys and pleasures of getting to call these games, we're out in the wide open air here on top of the box.
I'm not going to lie, it's been hard to hold on to the papers as the Falcons go back to work here off the kickoff. Trent Call tripped up just shy of his own 20, and we'll see how the Falcon offense responds to being hit with that first quarter touchdown.
And for this Falcon offense, an uncharacteristic mistake or miscalculation there, whatever it was on the snap count, something that you would expect them to rectify as they start for what I believe is their third drive of the game now. And going into their third drive to have 0 points on the board, a little bit of a surprise, Matt. This is an explosive offense. Now, they are without one of their best players in Kalama, excuse me.
They'll go to work on first down. Quick pass to Trent Call, and he fights his way for about a gain of 5 on first down.
Again, number one there, Trent Call had petitioned with his parents to change his first name to House Call because he finds his way to the end zone so often. And right now for Skyridge, I believe at one point in time I saw Carter Sheffield on the sideline as well. Not sure what the injury situation is with him. We'll be monitoring both of those things.
Second, about 4 for the Falcons here. They'll hand it off, and he's met by the Vikings defense. Brett Bueller on the carry for the Falcons, going nowhere though thanks to that PG defense.
Nice job by that defensive line, especially I believe number 55 there, Lucas Jackson on the tackle. Jackson also had a nice block on the previous drive offensively.
3rd and 3 now as we're coming up on a minute to go in our first quarter. PG with a 7-0 lead. As Jackson Stevens calls his own number, fights his way out to the 30, and he's got a first down.
See, Coach Hem calls the shovel pass there. Stevens wisely chooses to take it by himself and dives for the first down. And Jackson Stevens, if you can't tell on your TV screen, he's a big, strong athlete, very capable of running to pick up the first down. Just in this offense, when you have so many talented players around you, why not let everybody have some fun?
So a new set of downs here under a minute to go as the Vikings bring pressure, but there's a whistle, and it's a false start coming up on the Skyridge.
And hard to say if it's senior night or if it's maybe the wind or something, but the Skyridge offense is just misfiring a little bit early on.
Well, and this has been the matchup we were going to be excited to see tonight. Skyridge, the number 2 offense in the state, at least at the 6A level, going up against the top defense at the 6A level. This is the matchup that we were going to see all night, this defensive PG versus this offense from Skyridge.
See the early miscues from Skyridge, maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure from that PG defense.
Skyridge on 1st and 15, Stevens. Pressure coming, gonna loft it down. He's got a trick call! He's at the 30, 20, no one's gonna catch him. It's a house call for Trent Call. But there is a flag back at the 16-yard line.
They already have the S lit in the end zone. We'll wait and see about this flag. Maybe in the area of roughing the passer, but regardless, what an incredible throw. Great job, Jackson Stevens. As we get the official signal, roughing the passer. Stevens rolls outside, finds our man, Trent House Call, and he lives up to the nickname. Wow, what a touchdown pitch and catch from the Skyridge Falcons.
75-yard pitch and catch from Stevens to Call, and we are an extra point away from a tie game. Just waiting for the extra point. The penalty was a roughing the passer call, so that will be enforced on the kickoff.
I'm not sure why it took the officials so long to make the journey. And I'm not criticizing anybody who moves slow out of there. As a fellow slow moving individual, we finally got the chain set up and ready for the PAT.
Falcons ready for the extra point. As the kick is blocked at the line. And the attempt is no good. So with 12 seconds to go in our opening quarter, it's 7-6. Good job from the PG defense, able to get up and block that one. And they will hold on to a 1-point lead here with 12 seconds to go in our opening quarter.
I believe it was Riker Mickelson on the block, number 4 there. Phenomenal job of busting through that Skyridge front and able to get a hand up, block that kick. One of my brief tenure as a coach at Cypress High School, used to talk all the time about when you get scored on as a defense, where's your heart at? That very next play, you have an opportunity to go make something happen. And you can see why this Pleasant Grove defense is so highly rated. Their hearts are right where they needed to be. Did a great block. They're able to keep a slim advantage as it looks like the roughing the passer penalty is going to be assessed here on the kickoff.
Yeah, so the Falcons will kick off from the PG 45 here. See what the Falcons like to do here.
Interesting ruling on that one because I believe roughing the passer is a live ball penalty. So to see it assessed, maybe I'm just misinterpreting the rules, but I expect this one to be a...
Yeah, and the Falcons will just boot it out of the end zone, and there'll be a touchback for PG.
On that one, sometimes one of those opportunities where maybe you'll take a chance, try an onside kick or a squib or something like that, but you can see the respect that Skyridge has for Rasmussen and this Pleasant Grove offense and their ability to be explosive. They want to push them as far back as they possibly can. Do not allow them to win the battle of field position here.
So the Viking offense comes out. Time for their 4th drive of this game already, and this would most likely be the final play of our opening quarter. As Rasmussen and the offense go back to work. Rasmussen will hand it off. Aiden Frenson up the far side. He's met in the backfield by the Falcons. Loss of 2, and that will do it for our opening quarter. So some electric plays from both sides here in our opening quarter. We're through 12 minutes here from Skyridge High. It's the PG Vikings with a 7-6 lead after 1 quarter. You're watching high school football on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back. 7-6 your score. Pleasant Grove leading the undefeated Falcons here on KSL Sports Rewind. Matt Coma, Brian Brown with you here on a beautiful Friday night in Lehigh. Thank you guys for joining us here on tonight's broadcast. So we get set for second 11 here for PG. Quickly, your thoughts on that first quarter, Brian?
Fast-paced first quarter. You can see, while it is a highly ranked Pleasant Grove defense, their offense is up to the task here tonight, and Carson Rasmussen is as advertised.
So second and 11 here for the opening play, and we get whistles off the bat, and it's going to be a timeout for PG right off the start of the quarter.
Not exactly sure what that PG staff saw there, but if you're at home, Matt, and you're thinking to yourself, man, I'd love to be at that game, but it's just too cold.
It's just too cold sometimes, right?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it with Igloo Outfitters, the coziest wearable sleeping bag, has you covered during those chilly days and nights. Worry no more about the weather and watch your favorite team in comfort with Igloo Outfitters. Go to igloooutfitters.com and enter Rewind for $20 off. Never miss the moments. That's IGLU Outfitters and promo code REWIND. So we're about to get a moment here. I believe it's third or fourth offensive drive for Pleasant Grove. I think you do my stat keeper here.
Fourth drive of the night for Pleasant Grove here as they go to work second and 11 here on our first play of the second quarter. Rasmussen, time to throw. It's going to go for the deep shot, and if he looks for McCoy, a little too far.
Not sure what the offensive staff saw. Whatever adjustment they made, they got the opportunity they were looking for as McCoy was streaking across the middle on the deep post and just not able to connect. It was Carson Rasmussen on that one. And when you talk about opportunities that you'd love to have back, that one has to go to the top of the list, Matt. If they could have gotten that completion, that's an immediate explosive play, allows you to flip the field, gives that offense the confidence it needs.
And McCoy had a little bit of separation there on that one as well, and that brings up third down for PG. Two backs in the backfield with Rasmussen. As he goes back to throw, he's going to take a deep shot again to the near side. Heading and out of the hands of Peterson. Number 18 for the Falcons. That's Porter Logan in coverage, and fourth down.
I'm not sure what it was about Peterson. It looked like the defender gave him a little bit of a shove right as the ball got there. Maybe disrupted his concentration. But a great ball by Rasmussen. You see Pleasant Grove takes two early shots in that series, not able to get the first down, and now they'll punt it from deep within their own territory.
So the Falcons with some momentum here. So we start our second quarter, still 11:49 to go. PG back to punt. Gabe McCoy at his own 4. Lets this one go high into the Lehigh Knights. Racing back and letting it bounce is Jake Clausen, Tavian Edwards, number 21 off for the Falcons. And that takes a PG bounce all the way down to the Skyridge 13.
Where it is down at the 13-yard line.
Great job there by the Vikings, able to flip the field. There is a little bit of a breeze here, but nevertheless, a 60-yard punt. Not something you see very often at the high school level, let alone college and NFL.
You do get a little bit of the aid. The wind is blowing still pretty swiftly from north to south, left to right on your screen. So Skyridge is going into the wind this time.
McCoy's punt of 68 yards.
For this drive, as they start their fourth drive of the night. They'll start from their own 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Stevens back to throw. Has plenty of time. Looking near side. And number 2, that's Colby Smith, just in and out of the hands.
Yeah, just outside of the reach of Smith there. And nice job by that Skyridge offensive line to give Stevens some extra time. He was deep into the secondary there, and you can see Pleasant Grove very content to play a deep coverage, almost looks like quarters coverage out here. And never ask an offensive lineman to diagnose coverage, but
I think that was pretty good, though. 2nd and 10 for Skyridge here. As they'll hand it off, darting up the middle and close to a first down. That's Brett Bueller, and he does have a first down, gain of 11.
Yeah, Bueller been in the last couple series. Still haven't seen Carter Sheffield come back into the game. He started out the game. You see behind that Skyridge offensive line, that is a running back's dream. They're able to get the first down.
So the Falcons, new set of downs here, 1st and 10 from the 24. Fake the handoff to Bueller, now a bubble screen. Fighting his way for a good gain. That's number 6, Trevin McClellan, gain of about 8 on first down.
And you can see this Skyridge offense, they have a variety of concepts, variety of abilities. They can stretch the defense vertically with the speedsters, and then you can see McClellan there, I believe, does most of his work out of the slot, sometimes the end.
Number 6, receiver.
But able to create a good opportunity here on 2nd and short.
About 2nd and a long 2 here for Skyridge as Vikings show pressure. Stevens pressured, goes down as he throws. No one's in the vicinity. See if there is a flag for intentional grounding or not. There was no one over there. They're going to say he was outside of the tackle box, though.
I believe where the white cap was standing was to indicate to that Pleasant Grove sideline of where he went down and where it was outside the tackle box. And we'll let the viewers at home estimate. We don't have replay
it was pretty close over there.
It was.
We had motion from the Vikings there on the fake snap.
Not to negate the great job there by Riker Mickelson as he does a nice little spin move. Able to bring down Stevens.
3rd and 2 here. Vikings show pressure once again. And we have whistles. A delay of game. It's going to be the call on Skyridge.
And quick to the call there was the head judge there. The referee, perhaps.
So back up the Falcons 5 yards. Brings up 3rd and 8 now for Skyridge.
One of those, we'll wait and see, but could be a potentially costly penalty there for Skyridge as they had 3rd and short, now into 3rd and medium, almost 3rd and long.
So we'll see what the Falcons draw up as the Vikings go back into coverage. Stevens with time to throw. Surveying his options, still looking. Now he's going to take the deep shot. Has a man in double coverage. Falling down was McClellan. I don't think he was going to get to it either way, but it brings up 4th down.
And you hear a few boos here from the Skyridge side of the crowd, and understand what they're thinking is McClellan goes down a little early, but you can see the strength that Jackson Stevens has, right? And throwing into the wind puts so much more onto it, and McClellan just not able to get there.
So it brings up 4th down. Falcons will punt this one away. Cale McCoy ready to field this one at his own 38. His kick is up. He's backed up. Another good kick here as McCoy touches it. It's a bouncing ball, and it gets out of bounds as McCoy had to go through his hands. 2 Falcons in pursuit there, but it'll stay PG ball.
Yeah, for young players watching at home, you have to fight the urge to try and make a play, right? A booming kick from Trent Call. And because of that, McCoy not able to handle the ball. Could have been a catastrophe. Thankfully for Pleasant Grove and the offense, the ball skitters out of bounds. And you're going to give Carson Rasmussen an opportunity to do some work here, but near catastrophe there for the Vikings.
So PG goes back to work, 1st and 10 from their own 18. Handoff. Spinning around is Wolfgrim, and
Number 8
gets maybe a yard on that one.
To allow Wolfgram.
Yeah, Wolfgram doesn't see a ton of work in the run game. They don't run a lot of straight up and down zone. Pleasant Grove likes to try and get matchups, misdirection, try and get you thinking with a variety of options. Able to get at least a yard there, though.
2nd and a long 9 here for Pleasant Grove. Rasmussen will go back to throw, but the pressure comes and he is swallowed in the backfield. And about the 15, Toilolo down in there, along with number 47.
Number 47, Coco Malafau.
Coco Malafau back there for Skyridge.
Sometimes it's great to be in the right place at the right time as Rasmussen jukes right into Malafau on that play, and he's able to bring him down. Creates a 3rd and long here from Pleasant Grove. Under 9 minutes, so still plenty of time here in the second quarter, but for such an action-packed first quarter, it's a little bit of a slowdown here.
Both defenses have stood tall so far in this one. 3rd and long now for PG. Rasmussen back to throw once again. Pressure coming again. Able to avoid it. Now taking the deep shot. Has him in. Out to midfield. Sean Cottle. Big gain for Pleasant Grove.
We call it the announcer's blessing. I was calling for an explosive play. Carson Rasmussen delivers. He rolls outside the pocket. Delivers the deep shot, and Pleasant Grove is sailing deep into these Skyridge waters. They're on the 46-yard line looking to score.
Gain of 38 on that throw from Rasmussen to Cottle, and it's 1st down Pleasant Grove. Rasmussen back to the air again, low throw as James Clark ends up fielding that. They're going to call it incomplete. Bring it up 2nd and 10.
And for Pleasant Grove, might be the best result possible if it's incomplete there.
Would have been a loss of 2.
Yeah, and Clark not able to scoop it up off the turf, also not able to keep his knee off. And so live to play another play here for Pleasant Grove, 2nd and 10.
Ball spotted at the Skyridge 46. 4 wideouts again for PG. Rasmussen to throw once more. Pressure coming. Here comes Toilolo, and he's got another sack. Back there as well, number 47 again. That is Malafau. Those two get in the backfield once again.
Well, it's nice to have a buddy sometimes, Matt. And on that one, Deshaun Toilolo disrupts the rhythm of the play, forces Rasmussen out of the pocket. And while he's doing their dirty work, he's got a partner in crime on the backside. And the law firm of Toilolo and Malafau doing a great job tonight on the edges.
The pair of juniors as well on this senior night getting it done for the Falcon defense. 3rd and long now for the Vikings. Rasmussen. Pressure coming again! Toilolo again in the backfield!
You have to know where Deshaun Toilolo is at all times. He doesn't make it hard. You see the long hair cascading over his back. Got the pink spat tonight. But even then, Matt, it's only your best attempts to try and block him as he gets his 2nd sack of this drive.
I'll even give him a half sack on the other one. That's the 3rd time he's been in the backfield tonight. As the Falcons almost get to that one. Kick is away. Takes a bounce out near the 30. And that's where the Falcons will go back to work here.
A nice job by the Skyridge defense there. As you see, Rasmussen is able to create a lot of opportunity. The way he gets outside the pocket, they get the explosive play. And then Deshaun Toilolo has a few explosive plays in his pocket as well. And you see what's become a bit of a back and forth. Not entirely surprising. This is a great Pleasant Grove defense. I think this is a great Skyridge football team. You know, two teams that are Pleasant Grove on the come up, so to speak. Skyridge is bringing the title belt into every match, and so far undefeated on the season.
Jackson Stevens in the offense back to work. 1st and 10. Stevens, all kinds of time, throws over the middle, and he is lit up. But there is a flag down there. Mickelson in coverage. Flag is in the backfield, though, near the 22-yard line.
I'm not sure if that's going to be a hold or what the call is going to be. Stevens had all day back there to throw, as we do get the official signal that it is a hold there.
So holding on, Skyridge will back this up 10 yards, and now 1st and 20 upcoming.
Well, I tell you what, man, I'm really impressed by this Pleasant Grove defense. They haven't blinked yet this game, and continuing to play hard. Seeing a lot of big hits in the secondary. Part of what that deep coverage allows you to do is use your safeties, come downhill fast, and really punish those Skyridge wide receivers.
So 1st and 20 now. As Falcons will hand it off. Bueller up the gut. Gets about 6 or 7 on that one.
And that's exactly how you counter such a spread out defense when they're trying to do that umbrella looking coverage as you're watching at home on TV. You can run the ball right up the middle. And again, this Skyridge offensive line, 300 pounds at least across the front 5. They can move bodies. And if they start to stall a little bit here, I would look for them to go to the run game a little more.
Gain of 6 on first down, brings up 2nd and 14 after the penalty. Mickelson showing pressure again. Stevens, good pocket. Now flushes out, dumps it short, and fighting his way for extra yards on the far side. That's number 6, McClellan.
Yeah, nice job by McClellan to bring a couple tackles, and while he'll only register 1 yard of yak after the catch, Nice work. Gets him out of bounds. Now you're up in 3rd and average here.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 5.
All 3rd and brown bear, but more importantly, very doable here. You have a lot of options. You can run game with the quarterback or the running back. Short routes, deep routes. It's all on the table for Coach Hem.
Under 6 minutes to go till halftime. 5:48 on the clock. Play clock now under 5. As Falcons will hand it off. Bueller's got the first down as he's past the 40, and that'll move the chains for Skyridge.
Nice job. You see Stevens executing the fake. Gets everybody thinking that it's going to be a pass, and wonderful job of opening a hole. You see the running back scamper for the first down there.
Gain of 8 brings up first down. Falcons quickly back to work. Pass to call, and they're going to rule that one incomplete. That quick pass down here to the near side, almost at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, trying to get Trent Call in a situation where he can make a move. I didn't see anything on the backside to indicate maybe it was going to be a double pass, but not able to reel it in. A little bit high there, and you can see this wide receiver group. Call is clearly the biggest target out there, and if you can get him matched up one-on-one on just about any defender, that gives you an opportunity to break a tackle.
2nd and 10. Bueller fighting for 2 yards on that one.
Number 23, Brett Bueller.
Nice job by what I believe is Hewitt McBride there from the nose tackle position. I'm not sure if there's been a jersey swap or if there's an injury that we didn't know about.
I think there's an injury because we haven't seen Sheffield out there at all since that first drive. Bueller's been getting all the snaps as Stevens fakes the pass to the near side, now cuts it to the far side, breaking tackles, and up the sideline. Jack Burke with another first down for the Falcons.
Boy, Jack Burke coming up clutch as he has so many times this season. And if you're Skyridge, you need an explosive play, something to get things going. My man Jack there to deliver.
Gain of 22 on that one. 1st and 10 now from PG territory. Stevens looking for the deep shot. Has a man out there. A little too far for Burke. Brings up 2nd down.
Burke has a lot of speed at his disposal, but on that one, ball floats a little bit. Almost had a Pleasant Grove defender get underneath that one, and seeing Skyridge willing to take some early shots. Haven't really connected on too many outside of the 75-yard touchdown to call.
2nd and 10. 4 wideouts again for Stevens here. They'll hand it off to Bueller. Finds a seam up the far side. Into the backfield and inside the 10 goes Bueller.
It's another explosive play for Skyridge. And normally you run to set up the pass. In this case, it's the pass that set up the run. And Bueller dashes for a first down.
Gain of 23. Now the Falcons in the red zone. Pass to call. Met by the PG defense, and he'll be stood up at about the 6. Gain of 3.
How tough is this Pleasant Grove defense? It's very rare you ever see Trent Call not score from that close to the end zone, but a great job by Bronco Winterton and Sean Cottle there to wrestle him down. 2nd and goal here for Skyridge.
Longest drive for either team tonight. This will be the 10th play of the drive for the Falcons. 4 minutes to go to halftime. 2nd and 6. 2nd and goal from the 6. Stevens fakes the handoff. Looking to the far side. Now pressure comes. Throws over the middle. And he's got it! Trevin McClellan, touchdown Skyridge!
What a catch by Trevin McClellan off the fancy footwork of Jackson Stevens as he avoids the rush, finds his wide receiver, zipping, sliding into the Skyridge end zone for 6.
So good job from Stevens, buying time, able to find McClellan right over the middle.
PAT pending.
Falcons on for the extra point. Kick is up.
And the kick is up and good.
And it is good. So Skyridge with a touchdown. Stevenson McClellan makes it 13-7.
And for Dusty Lists there watching back in the studio, I'm sure that slide had him excited. It was like McClellan was sliding into home plate there. It is baseball playoff time.
That'll be McClellan's 10th receiving touchdown of the season. Gives Skyridge their first lead of the night.
And McClellan seeing a lot more action tonight as well because of the injury to Kalama. And you can see just how deep this Skyridge team is. You lose one of your best weapons, one of your most talented wide receivers, the guy that I believe is one of the best D1 prospects at the skill position in the state, and you just continue to reload. Deep
Very
Skyridge
deep
football team.
3:45 to go in our second quarter. 13-7 now your score. As the Falcons get ready to kick this back to the Vikings. Michael Mickelson is waiting. He'll be able to field this from his own 5. Mickelson met by the defense at the 20. And good pursuit from the Falcon defense.
Well, we know the Falcons like to fly, but on that one it was a tidal wave of gray jerseys. Able to stymie Mickelson and jogs off the field, hands on hips. You could feel the pain in his body language. Multiple Skyridge defenders.
He was met by a couple of Falcons there as they'll spot it at the 21-yard line. That's where Rasmussen and this PG Vikings team will start for another drive here. Is now that the Falcons have the lead here, Vikings need an answer.
They do, and dangerous territory here is there's under 4 minutes left. If Skyridge is able to get a stop, that offense can score quickly. Need to get some points.
Rasmussen going to take a deep shot on first down, too far for Peterson. Second and 10.
Yeah, and Peterson's had the edge there a couple times. You see man coverage and
Mark Baird on the coverage.
Mark Baird doing a nice job trailing him. That ball is just a bit outside of his reach. And DJ Nelson, the passing coordinator here, younger brother of Riley Nelson, you can see that they're willing to take some shots. For Pleasant Grove, they're going to have to put some points up tonight.
I was listening to Riley on Unrivaled. You can hear that on the KSL Sports Zone. As we get ready to go second down, pass near side. Did he make that catch? No, didn't get the feet down as James Clark tried to walk the tightrope here on the near side.
Yeah, Clark not able to complete the catch, and in addition to that, Carson Rasmussen got absolutely leveled on that play. Now 3rd and long for Pleasant Grove. They need to convert.
3:29 to go in the quarter. Falcons do have all 3 timeouts if PG can't convert here on 3rd down. Rasmussen changes the play. Here comes pressure. Toilolo in the backfield again! 3rd sack of the night for Toilolo!
A beautiful stunt by Skyridge as they adjust the coverage on the check with me call from Pleasant Grove, and Toilolo loops around, and Matt, you just can't block a player of his potential with a running back. It's a valiant effort by Pleasant Grove to try and pick it up, but Toilolo is just such a talented player, able to get the big stop for Skyridge, and with under 3 minutes clock ticking here, this offense is going to have an opportunity to score again.
Loss of 7 on the sack. Puts McCoy back in his own end zone for this punt. So they'll bring pressure. He's able to get it away. Another good kick. Fielded by Edwards at the midfield stripe. Gets about 5 yards on the return. And so Skyridge will start in PG territory, 2:34 to go until halftime. All 3 timeouts at the disposal of Jackson Stevens.
Yeah, nice job by Trevor Brady to wrangle him down and get some assistance there from Bronco Winterton. And for Pleasant Grove right now, it's all about trying to get the ball back as quickly as you possibly can. They do, I believe, have 2 timeouts left. But you want to get the ball out of Jackson Stevens' hands as much as you possibly can.
1st and 10 from the PG 46. Stevens over the middle, call, can't hold on to it.
Intended for 10 call, falls.
Good job from number 2. That's Sean Cottle in coverage there for PG.
Yeah, a lot of traffic.
Excuse me, number 7. Sorry, that's Gabe McCoy.
A lot of traffic there, and Stevens trying to find his favorite target, and Trent Call just not able to get the ball in the window there. And if you're Pleasant Grove, you love an incompletion as much as anything because it stops that clock. Now with 2nd and 10, much better opportunity to get the ball back.
2:30 to go, 2nd down. Stevens looking for the deep shot, has Call. Oh, just a little overthrown. Had Call looking for another touchdown, but it's an incomplete pass, brings up 3rd down.
If you're wondering why we're seeing so many long pass, like overthrown balls, Matt, initially the wind was coming from north to south. It's now kind of circled around and seems to be gusting a little bit more from west to east. And you know, when you start out a game as a quarterback and you feel that wind initially, it sometimes be hard to adjust mid-game. And now 3rd and long for Skyridge. Great opportunity here for Pleasant Grove to get a stop.
2:23 to go as the Falcons will go to the ground, and they're going to get about halfway there to the line of game. Bueller, gain of about 4 on 3rd down. Now 4th down, and a decision to make for Justin Hemm in this offense.
Yeah, I think the key component of it is that they're going to let this clock tick down as much as possible. Interesting that Pleasant Grove decides not to take a timeout. I guess they only have 1 left.
Only 1 timeout left for PG here. Skyridge does get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. As now we're going to get a whistle, and PG elects to use their 3rd and final timeout.
On the field, taken by the Vikings.
Yeah, let a lot of time click off the clock there. So you give Pleasant Grove, sometimes when you're a coaching staff and you're in the moment, trying to get your guys aligned and everything like that, missing that opportunity of somebody on the headset thinking ahead, trying to tell coach to call timeout there. And really where Skyridge is located, Matt, they're not in great field position for anything other than a quick kick, like a pooch punt style, or going for it. And it is a big risk. Your defense has played great all game. It's a big risk to go for it right here in this situation and give Carson Rasmussen a downhill look, try and get a touchdown before half.
So we'll see what this offense decides to do here on 4th and 6. 1:53 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Falcons with a 6-point lead at the moment. PG out of timeouts. Skyridge does have all 3 of theirs left.
Yeah, interesting that the offense does come back out on the field here. So Coach Hemm has a lot of confidence in his defense, understandably so. They've stymied that offense the last 3 possessions. They're going to go for it here.
Here we go, 4th and 6. Still 15 seconds to go on the play clock, so the Falcons are going to take their time calling something here.
Yeah, this is getting real dangerous for Skyridge.
Play clock under 5 now. They'll go for it. Stevens, quick pass, call. Weaving through traffic, he's got the 1st down. He's got more into the red zone. Trent Call down to the 19.
Catch and carry.
Well, leave it to me to try and doubt Coach Hemm in the Skyridge offense. What do? Reel off a big play there with our guy Trent Call doing the dirty work again. Just a nice little screen pass. He does what he does best, breaks a few tackles, explodes down the sideline, and Skyridge in business.
1st down for Skyridge. Pass to the far side. Burke weaving through again, and he's down inside the 10 and has another 1st down for Skyridge. And we have a flag, though, on the far side at about the 16.
Nice job there. Watching Burke, he does a great job of setting the defender up to where the defender goes to outside leverage which allows him to cut back inside and get the gain. Unfortunately, I think this one's going to come back on a hold.
It is a hold on the Falcons. That'll back them up to the 27-yard line. So spot foul at about the 16, so it'll be, we're going to get whistles here and a timeout for Skyridge.
Timeout taken by Skyridge.
We'll do the math and figure out how long this first down is for Skyridge. When we come back, 13-7, Falcons with the lead, approaching halftime here on KSL Sports Rewind.
You can pick it up at the concession stand, but if you have...
Welcome back, 1:31 to go, second quarter. Skyridge with a 13-7 lead. Matt Coma, Brian Brown here. 1st and 17 upcoming here for the Falcons. They still have 2 timeouts left here. They do get the ball to start the second half as well. We'll see what Stevens in the offense does here. PG shows pressure. Stevens, pressure coming, gonna loft it. Has McClellan in and out of the hands of his receiver.
Just a little outside of that window, but McClellan able to get both hands on it, just not able to secure that catch. Would have really put Skyridge in a great position there to try and get a touchdown instead. Incompletion sets up 2nd and 17 now, Matt, and with 1:25 left, what was an asset to Skyridge now becomes a little bit of a liability with that clock. I'm talking math, I'm talking finances over here.
4 wideouts again for Jackson Stevens on 2nd and 17. Pressure coming. Quick screen. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 55. Lucas Jackson almost had the opportunity for the interception.
Yeah, Jackson was dreaming of a pick 6 there. This is a great job reading the screen, and they've seen it multiple times. You love a defense that adapts throughout the course of the game, and for Jackson, my man, I've been there before. Get yourself a milkshake after the game. It'll feel okay.
Still gets the pass breakup. Brings up 3rd and long here for Skyridge. 1:21 to go here in the quarter. 3rd and 17 from the 27. Stevens has time. Throws near side. Has McClellan. Catch inbounds at about the 13. Clock will run it, but it's 4th down.
Yeah, and for Skyridge now, you still have 2 timeouts. Plenty of time on the clock. Getting up and trying to get everything set up. We still don't have a yardage marker.
As we have some movement at the line, and it's going to be an offside, and that'll give Skyridge a new set of downs.
Oh, and Pleasant Grove, man, that's such a difficult spot to be in there. You're tired. You've been out there all half long. Just got a big play, and you're just trying to get set up. And the great job by Skyridge to draw them offside. 1st
and goal from the 8. Stevens, quick pass near side, has Trent Cole. He's got another touchdown. Touchdown, Skyridge.
North end zone, south end zone, doesn't matter. Skyridge lights the S with the absolute missile from Stevens to who else? Mr. House Call, Trent Call. And we're seeing some debate here in the end zone from the officials. I'm not sure if they're looking to see if that was an incompletion or what. Looked like Call secured the ball to me. Regardless, if this call stands, give Skyridge a 19-7 lead pending the PAT.
So the officials debating at the goal line here. And it's incomplete. They rule it incomplete pass. They say Call did not control that the whole way.
There's a penalty flag now. It looks like one of the officials gestures towards a Skyridge player. And if this is an unsportsmanlike conduct, which it is.
And it's on Skyridge. What a turn of events here. That went from another touchdown to not only taking it off the board, but backing up 15 yards.
Yeah, very critical change of events there is, again, from our vantage point, it looked like Call had completed the catch, scored the touchdown. No idea what the debate was there amongst the officials, but now Skyridge with 45 seconds left sits with 2nd and goal to go from the 23, Matt.
So, as Brian mentioned, 2nd and goal from the 23, 45 seconds to go till halftime. 2 timeouts still at the disposal of the Falcon offense. Four wideouts here for Skyridge. And we're going to get a timeout called by Skyridge. So a very interesting finish to the second quarter, Brian. And Skyridge, a couple calls, a couple of miscommunications here, and now 23 yards to go.
Forced to call a timeout there as there was only a second left on the play clock, Matt. And for Skyridge, what was seemingly another opportunity to celebrate turns into a quick change of adjusting emotions and trying to get back to business. For Skyridge, they're so used to everything going in their favor. This is a team that we talked about it all night, very talented, has the ability to really be explosive offensively, and have one taken away in that manner. Really want to see guys recalibrate, get their emotions in check, and you still have 45 seconds left here. Plenty of time to get another touchdown, even though you are 23 yards away.
Well, now, thanks to that play call, you're down to 1 timeout now. With 45 seconds to go, they'll send 4 wideouts again. Bueller in the backfield as Smith in motion. Stevens, pressure coming. Able to avoid, now throws far side, almost intercepted. Number 2, Sean Cottle, almost cut that route.
Yeah, Cottle's starting to adjust. Again, you love a defense that can adjust mid-game and start to read what Stevens loves to do. He feels that pressure, rolls out to the wide side of the field, thinks he has a defender, but Cottle slips underneath, gets the deflection, and you mentioned it, Matt, almost comes away with that one with an INT.
So now 3rd and goal from the 23, 39 seconds to go. Stevens, pressure coming for PG. Stevens still trying to get out of it. Weaving through, now he's met, and he goes down. Gabe McCoy finally brings him down, and it's 4th down, and clock still running here.
Yeah, for Skyridge, I think you're just going to let this one tick down as much as possible. Run one last play.
4th and goal here. We're down to the final 10 seconds. Is Gabe McCoy able to finally bring Jackson Stevens down? And it looks like, will the Falcons go for the field goal here? It looks like they might, or take one last shot. They'll call the timeout with 3 seconds left before halftime here.
It'd be a 49-yard field goal, so I'm not exactly up to date on what the range of Skyridge's kicker is. Nevertheless, not a lot of wind right now, so if you feel like he's got the leg, there's that opportunity. Regardless, able to use that last time out, get collected, and drop whatever it is that you want to do with 3 seconds left. So if you are going to run one last play, everybody should be on the same page here. If you're Pleasant Grove, just want to shout out, once again, nice job there by, I believe it was Gabe McCoy, stick with that play and end up with a sack at multiple opportunities there. And for young players out there watching, that's why you stay with the play till the echo of the whistle. You never know when your opportunity might arise. So
Skyridge is going to take the shot to the end zone here. Final play of the first half. 3 seconds remaining, 4th and goal from the 27. Everybody back for PG as Stevens gets it rid of it. Jump ball in the end zone. It's picked off. Bringing it out, Bronco Winterton out to the 15, and that will end the first half here at Skyridge High.
That will end the first half.
What an enticing ending to a second half, or a second quarter there. Unexpected, as we thought Skyridge was going to go ahead by 2 scores. Instead, they lead with a 13-7 lead, and for Pleasant Grove, missed a few critical situations there, able to escape on that drive. As you see Coach Hem was expressing his thoughts with a certain amount of vigor to the officiating crew there, and with situations like that, Matt, where at the end of a quarter, end of a half,
internationally
You have so much back and forth with the officiating staff. You understand why he would like to express his thoughts.
Probably getting an explanation for why that wasn't a touchdown there. So despite all of that, the Falcons end up with 0 points on that drive. But they do have a 6-point lead to take into the second half. That's going to do it for the first half here in Lehigh. The Skyridge Falcons with a 13-7 lead. We'll step aside, and we'll be back for second half action here. You're watching high school football on KSL Sports Rewind. 13-7 your score at the half.
But right now, fans, put your hands together.
Welcome back as we are underway here to start our third quarter. Matt Goma, Brian Brown here for this one. 13-7 your score as we start the third quarter as PG went for the onside kick to start the third quarter, but Skyridge able to recover, almost win in the hands of the Vikings there.
Yeah, nice job by Skyridge to be aware and recover the kick, negating any opportunity for Pleasant Grove to try and come out and get a touchdown right off the bat.
So Skyridge will start their first drive of the second half from the PG 47-yard line. Jackson Stevens fakes the handoff looking for Burke. On the far side, pass goes incomplete, brings up second down. So Skyridge getting back to work after the best way I can describe it was a confusing end of the first half as they had a touchdown. It was ruled incomplete after some discussion. After a penalty, back to near the 30 as Bueller with a nice run. About 8 yards on second down, brings up third and short. But Brian I would say just a disorganized and kind of confusing last drive there for Skyridge as they get back out here for this first drive of the third quarter. What do you see from Skyridge?
Yeah, for Skyridge starting out quickly and trying to get up and get an early conversion.
Here we go, set third and short, and it is blown up in the backfield. Number 4, that's Riker Mickelson. In the backfield once again for this PG defense, and that backs up Skyridge 4th and about 7. He has been in the backfield several times for this PG defense. The Falcons trying to catch PG offside as they face a 4th and 7 here on this opening drive. 4 wideouts here for Skyridge as they'll elect to go for it here on 4th down. Stevens has time, fires to the far side, has Burke. First down and more near the 30. A good pitch and catch from Jackson Stevens.
Yeah, nice job by Stevens. Finds Burke wide open there in the flat, able to get the conversion. A gutsy call on 4th down by Coach Hem. Trusts his offense. They get it. Allows the drive to continue.
First down for Skyridge here. Spot the ball at the 31-yard line. Stevens, handoff, Bueller, space up the middle, has a first down, and fighting his way into the red zone. Gain of about 14 and another first down for Skyridge.
Yeah, expect Skyridge to run the ball a little bit more this half. They want to try and wind the clock, especially if they get a touchdown here.
Falcons trying to make it a 2-score game here. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 17. Stevens fakes the handoff, throws over the middle for Burke. He's got it inside the 10, close to another first down.
A nice RPO action there. Gets the easy completion on the slant. And right now it looks like Skyridge is ready to go, and Pleasant Grove is still trying to get out of the locker room.
2nd and 2 now for Skyridge from the 10. Man in motion, Stevens going to hand it off. Finding his way towards the end zone. He's in. Lincoln's in. 5-6. Touchdown Falcons.
Light that S orange as it's nothing but business as usual. Skyridge on the ground. Rumbles over the Pleasant Grove Vikings for the touchdown. And pending that PAT, Skyridge up 19-7, Matt. What a great job coming out ready to go right from the first snap here in the second half.
Extra point is up. And it is good. So Skyridge comes out explosive on their first drive of the third quarter. They get 7 points, and it's a 20-7 ball game.
Yeah, nice job setting the tone by that Skyridge offense. Pleasant Grove tries to come out, flip the possession, not able to recover the onside kick. And for Skyridge, you love the response here. You mentioned it, Matt, coming out of the first half, the controversial call where we thought he'd secured the ball, then it was later ruled incomplete. Weren't able to get a touchdown there as multiple seconds clicked off the clock. And to see Skyridge come back out ready to go for that second half, very impressive. And for the Pleasant Grove Vikings now, facing a 20-7 disadvantage, we're going to need to see a lot from Carson Rasmussen here in the second half for them to fight back into it.
So we'll see what Pleasant Grove has in store on their opening drive of the half. Number 50 for the Falcons, that's Lincoln Kruger. Sophomore back to kick it away for the Falcons. Looks like McCoy and Mickelson back to receive for the Vikings. As Mickelson will field it at about his own 12. Trying to fight his way. Good gain of about almost 20 yards on the return. Spots the Vikings near their own 30. So PG needing to respond after that Skyridge touchdown. 9:23 to go here in our third quarter. Carson Rasmussen and the Pleasant Grove offense now to work. 1st and 10 from their own 30. Four wideouts for Rasmussen. As he'll pitch it on the option in the backfield, and a flag flies in late. That was number 9, Tobin Smith, back there for the Falcons. Wolfgram was the one on the pitch. We'll see what the penalty was, as it flew right as the tackle was made there. Flag at about the 29-yard line. It's a personal foul, face mask on Skyridge. So the would-be tackle for loss ends up giving PG a new set of downs.
Yeah, just an unfortunate situation where a brief grasp of the face mask, you see that jerk of the head, and for the officials, it's one of those things where you really can't let it go, especially when there's that much, even if it didn't really impact the play that much.
So a new set of downs here for Pleasant Grove. First down from the 43-yard line. Quick handoff. Sean Cottle met in the backfield, still on his feet until he's met by Toilolo. First one back there, though, is number 47. Again, we saw him a couple of times in that first half. It's Kopo Malufau in there for the tackle for loss.
Yeah, it does a nice job of making sure that Sean Cottle doesn't get outside of him. Pleasant Grove going with a no hurry.
Falcons racing to get people off the field as the Vikings will wait to get the call from the sideline. 2nd and 16. Rasmussen calling the play. He'll drop back to throw. Far side pass. It's caught at about the 47. That's number 3, Cale McCoy, able to get most of that back for PG.
Yeah, and it sets him up with a 3rd and average situation here. You give him a 3rd and brown bear. They're ready to go.
Vikings quick to the line once again, trying to draw this Falcon defense offside. Now, momentary pause. Play clock back underway. 3rd and 7. McCoy in motion. Rasmussen to throw. Flag flies at the snap.
A penalty stops the play. But fans, you don't have to stop watching the game.
And that'll be a false start on the Vikings. Back them up 5 yards.
We're happy to have
Yeah, again, the tenaciousness of the Skyridge defense causing the offensive line to get nervous and twitching, trying to get out of there early, and just too much of that leads to a loss of 5.
So the penalty backs it up 3rd and 12 from their own 41-yard line. 3 wideouts to the near side. They'll set up the screen to the far side. McCoy weaving through, and he's met by guess who? Malafau back there once again for Skyridge.
Yeah, McCoy does a nice job to avoid the initial defender, but no such doing with big number 47 there. And while PG able to flip the field, at this point down 2 scores, they have to start finishing drives, Matt.
So that brings up 4th and long for Pleasant Grove. They are still huddled now, finally breaking the huddle with only 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Play clock down to 3 here. Snap is held. Skyridge almost just backed off on that punt. Now a good punt back. Oh, it's fumbled at the 20. Able to get back underneath it was Moiai. And it's almost a disaster for Skyridge.
Boy, real confusing possession there, as it looked like Pleasant Grove thought it was going to be a dead ball. And then off the punt. Oh, goodness, Matt.
Okay, it is only the first weekend of October. I am one of the biggest fans of Christmas you can ask for. It is still too soon. Still too soon.
Yeah, for those at home, you probably can't hear Mariah Carey blasting over the loudspeaker here. Skyridge likes to play music. It is just too soon on that one. But nevertheless, for Skyridge, this is a good situation to be in, as they're able to recover the muff punt and start out here on their own 20-yard line.
Falcons back to work here on 1st down, weaving his way up the middle. Fighting near a 1st down, helmets off. One of the PG players. Bueller on the carry for Skyridge. Able to fight his way for a gain of 8. A tough run there for the Falcons.
Yeah, and you're seeing this offensive line come out and ready to set the tone in the run game. And for Pleasant Grove, that could be a kiss of death, as this defensive line goes back and forth on both sides of the ball a lot.
Stevens back to throw after the play fake. He's going to take a deep shot. Has Colby Smith back there, and he's got it. Inside the 25. Colby Smith on the big gain.
Just an absolutely gorgeous ball. I don't see the flag.
I think it might be a sideline warning, as it was thrown here on the near side, and it is a sideline warning. Some of the Falcons a little excited on that. Okay, but what a pitch and catch from Stevens to Colby Smith.
Yeah, and I apologize to Jackson Stevens for talking over that highlight, but what a great ball. Hits a wide receiver in stride, and now Skyridge quickly flips the field with an opportunity to score.
1st and 10 from the 23. Falcons looking for more. Stevens had to hold on to that on the read option, and it goes nowhere. Number 19 for the Vikings. That is Parker Rivers back there to get the tackle for loss.
Yeah, nice job by Rivers to stay keen on his assignment, able to take down Stevens off the fake. And I do apologize to Colby Smith. He was the one who made the catch on that previous play, but 2nd and 10 now for Skyridge.
Make it 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2 on that play. 4 wideouts again for this Falcon offense. Play clock running under 10. Pressure coming for the Vikings. Stevens, time to throw. Throws over the middle, and it's intercepted. Up the far side. Still on his feet. Out to midfield and into Skyridge territory to allow Wolfgram with the interception.
We've seen it all game long, almost like they were baiting Stevens into the throw, and Wolfgram steps in front of the slant, and he is off to the sideline, races over to the 40-yard line, and the 48-yard line. What a great job by Wolfgram to read the eyes of the quarterback, step in front of that, and flip the field, allows Pleasant Grove an opportunity to score here in Skyridge territory, Matt.
So the second pick of the night by Jackson Stevens puts PG near midfield, 1st and 10 from the Skyridge 48. First down as it comes out at the end of the play, they blow it dead. Rasmussen called his own number on that one, but they rule him down.
Yeah, fake the handoff and just a little QB lead off of that as we see helmets flying. We see a Pleasant Grove player going to the sideline, an offensive lineman who lost his helmet, and for a 5-yard gain, a lot of activity on that play.
It's a pickup of about, probably, I'd call it 5. 2nd and 5 upcoming for PG. They'll send 4 wideouts again here. Rasmussen back to throw. Good pocket. Throws over the middle. Has a guy. And I believe it's McCoy, and it is, who has a first down for the Pleasant Grove Vikings.
Yeah, great job by Rasmussen. Standing in the pocket. Delivers the strike. McCoy well past the sticks. That's going to be a first down for Pleasant Grove.
Under 5 minutes to go here in our third quarter. Vikings trying to make this a one-score game here as they have moved it down to the Skyridge 36. 3 wideouts to the right for Rasmussen. Here on 1st and 10. Looking that side. Now pressure comes. Still looking. And he's forced out of bounds. And a flag flies. That was number 10 and number 5 for the Falcons. Jackson Fenton and Tazen Selu over there that forced him out of bounds, but maybe a little too much.
Yeah, and in one of those situations where it looked like the defenders were stumbling out of bounds as well, I believe the result's likely going to give Pleasant Grove a first down. We'll see what the final ruling is here from the officials.
It's a face mask call on the Falcons, so it is a personal foul. It'll give them a new set of downs, but PG on the move here on their second drive of the quarter.
Yeah, and Rasmussen under duress, able to escape outside the pocket. Luckily draws the face mask penalty, which puts them at 1st and 2, I believe it is here.
Yeah, so the spot foul off of the tackle for loss doesn't give them a new set of downs, but it's 1st and 1. They'll hand it off. Wolfgrim trying to get to the line again. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not much on that one for Wolfgram. And, you know, for Pleasant Grove, they've been able to capitalize on a few Skyridge mistakes, but we're still not seeing them execute at a level that's going to allow them to score. They have to get something going on this drive, Matt. With under 4 minutes left in the quarter, there's just not going to be enough time to try and score if you give the ball back to Skyridge without points here.
So 2nd and 1 from the 27-yard line here for Pleasant Grove. As Rasmussen will line up under center for this one. The I formation here, and something I don't think the PG coaches liked it, and they're going to call a timeout here with 3:16 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like there might have been 0 seconds left on the play clock there, and rather than accept the penalty, they're going to call timeout here, Matt.
So it's 2nd and 1 now for Pleasant Grove. We'll stay here. We'll want to thank some of our sponsors tonight. Skyridge Football on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. It's presented by Heinemann and Associates. Heinemann Associates is a flat-rate law firm that is completely focused on you. Get a free consultation by calling 801-472-7742 or go to utah.law to find the office nearest you. So the Vikings back to work, 2nd and 1. McCoy goes in motion, 4 wideouts. 2 on either side. Falcons bring pressure. Coming up the middle, Rasmussen dodges a sack, but he's met by the rest of the Falcon defensive line, and it's another sack. And guess who's back there again? Copo Malafau.
Well, perfect timing to bring the pressure, Matt. And you see Rasmussen tries to avoid the defender, but he's not a good enough dance partner to avoid the entirety of that Skyridge front. And now 3rd and long for Pleasant Grove after what started out as a promising 1st and 1.
Loss of 6 on another sack for Skyridge here. 3rd and 7 from the 34-yard line here. A big play for this Pleasant Grove offense. Rasmussen, pressure coming again, and they've got him again. Malafau again in the backfield. A couple of other defenders there as well as this drive goes backwards for PG.
Yeah, just a complete storm front of Skyridge defenders there, led by Mariner and Malafau and Toilolo. And it started out so promising for Pleasant Grove, ends in heartbreaking defeat as they're going to have to punt after being deep into Skyridge territory.
They had a 2nd and 1 from the 27. 2 plays later, it's 4th and long from around the 45. Almost a loss of 20 on those 2 plays. As we get whistles on the snap on 4th down here. As we have a stoppage here, not sure what for. Now it looks like we're ready to get back underway. Officially 4th and 17 here for Pleasant Grove. 1:45 and counting here in our fast-moving 3rd quarter. Edwards and Moyai back to field this one. The kick is high, end over end. Bounces inside the 15, takes a hop around a couple of bodies, takes a Skyridge bounce out past the 20. And that's where Skyridge will take over. 1:21 to go 3rd quarter. They have a 2-score lead and looking to add to it.
Yeah, and like I said on the last possession, Matt, right now, if you're Skyridge, it's all about ball control, right? You see Stevens has the turnover in the last possession. Expect them to come out, maybe allow him a chance to get it back with 1 or 2 passes, but mostly you want to control the ball on the ground. And really for Pleasant Grove, it's almost do or die territory. Hard to say that when you're in the 3rd quarter, but the way this half has gone so far, they really need to stop here.
So 1st and 10 for Skyridge at their own 22-yard line. 3 wideouts near side as they'll hand it off. And Bueller fights his way out past the 25. Gain of about 5 brings up 2nd and 5. 1 minute to go in quarter number 3. Skyridge in no hurry here as they'll hand it off once again to Bueller. This time he is met by the PG defense. Gain of 1 on the 2nd down.
Yeah, and right now it's all about milking that play clock and trying to get as many yards on the ground as possible. You're going to set up 3rd and about 4, 3rd and 5 here for Skyridge, and this should be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Clock ticking down now, under 30 seconds to go here in our 3rd quarter. 3rd and a long 3 here for Skyridge. McClellan goes in motion, takes it on the jet sweep, gets run into at the 30-yard line. I believe that was Mickelson, the first one there.
On the stop, Dave McCoy. And number 13, Hewitt McBride.
As Hewitt McBride also over there too. Now brings up 4th down for Skyridge here as the clock hits zeros, and that will do it for our 3rd quarter. So a fast-moving 3rd frame takes us to what should be an exciting 4th quarter here in Lehigh. It is the undefeated Falcons with a 20-7 lead as we head to the 4th quarter. You're watching high school football here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll be back in just a minute.
Wait for the next game, and they'll be brought.
Well, fans, 4th quarter getting ready to go here on a Friday night from Skyridge High. Matt Coma, Brian Brown with you for this one. Skyridge with a 20-7 lead here, but 4th down upcoming Do you see the Falcons potentially doing this, or do you do the field position game here?
Well, it's an interesting choice by Coach Hem if he chooses to go for it. With the clock stop, I don't see the advantage to running the offense out there, and they wisely send out the pipe.
So Trent Call will kick this one away. No one back for PG as they were pricing for the potential of the Falcons going for it. Ball will settle at the PG 25, and that's where the Vikings will take over. 11:48 to go in this contest. As Brian, now we start getting into the clock management time. The Vikings starting to run out of drives here to try and get back in this one.
Yeah, and that was why it was so critical to get a stop on that last drive, Matt. You just wanted to make sure that you get the ball back. Possessions are going to get tighter and tighter, and Skyridge knows that the clock is their friend. The longer you let this game go, if you're Skyridge, the more opportunity you leave out there for Pleasant Grove. So they're going to try and take the air out of the ball as much as possible here.
So the Vikings go back to work. 1st and 10 from their own 25. Rasmussen back to throw. Pressure coming and still trying to fight his way out. He does. Trying to get to the corner. He's dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. Chance Peterson, the one back there for Skyridge. Rasmussen, good job trying to get out of there. He is slow to get up as he got taken down in an awkward manner over there.
He did. Dragged down from behind, not necessarily a horse collar, but just an awkward angle. As can't believe that he was able to escape the first and second defender. If he were a cat, I think he burned every single life on that one, Matt.
Ends up being a loss of 3, and we're going to get a timeout. Oh, we have an injured player, looks like. And it is Rasmussen. So he was slow to get up after that collision over on the far side.
We're on an injury timeout right now.
So team's going to look at Rasmussen here. So teams get back ready to go here for this second down play. That means now we'll see Bronco Winterton out there at quarterback for this Viking squad after the injury to Rasmussen. Winterton going to take it himself, fights his way for a good gain on second down, gets back to the original line at a yard to it. 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Yeah, and you see Rasmussen come back into the game and trying to work off whatever injury that is. Very tough kid. You know he wants to get out there and compete, Matt.
Still limping as he was trying to jog back out there, but he is out there back at quarterback. 3rd and 9 upcoming here. Trips to the near side is Rasmussen. Quick throw over the middle. And it's complete to James Clark, but it's not enough for a first down. Here comes the punt unit for PG.
Yeah, and for such a valuable possession, just everything going in the opposite direction for Pleasant Grove. You get the injury, you have to burn a play with Bronco at quarterback rather than Rasmussen, and you know, for a game where there's so few possessions left, it's just a really critical missed opportunity there for Pleasant Grove.
Clock ticks under 10 minutes to go in this one. Tavian Edwards back to field this kick as it's off, and it'll bounce at about the 40. Takes a Viking bounce and down there at the 40-yard line, and the Falcons will come back out on offense. 9:38 to go in this one. A score here might do it here, Brian, if they can get to the end zone.
Yeah, I think a score would for sure put the nail in the coffin, but regardless, like you said, Matt, 9:38 on the clock. This Skyridge offense very capable of taking plenty of time to get that clock down to where it needs to be for them.
So 1st and 10 here from their own 40. 3 wideouts to the far side. Stevens elects to throw on first down. Fires over the middle. Scott McClellan inside the 30 and wrestled out of the 25. A big pitching catch from Stevens to McClellan.
Well, what do I know? Skyridge comes out immediately and throws an absolute dart from Jackson Stevens to McClellan there. They'll get up and get set. We've seen this with the offense before where they'll get up and get ready to go do the check with me over on the sideline for Coach Hem, depending on where Pleasant Grove is in terms of getting set up.
So a new set of downs, 1st and 10 from the 25. Stevens pressured as he throws. Just has to get rid of that one. That was number 44. That's Trevin Gates getting back there for PG.
Yeah, Gates coming unaccounted for on that one. Trying to hit Trent Call in the fade, and the ball flutters helplessly into the end zone. No doubt on that particular reception that it was incomplete.
So that brings up 2nd down. Clock stops at 9:23 to go. 3 wideouts to the right side of Jackson Stevens. Call in motion. Stevens will hand it off. Finding his way down to about the 23-yard line, a gain of 2. Z. Selu on the carry.
Number 15, running back. Number 13, McBride on the
Clock now under 9 minutes to go here, so a 3rd down here for Skyridge. Falcons in no hurry here as they get set here for a 3rd down nearing the red zone. Call in motion once more. Fakes the handoff, now throws the call behind the line of scrimmage, and he is met by the Viking defense. Ends up a loss on the play. I believe that's McCoy that made the tackle.
Yeah, McCoy a little slow to get out there. You saw in the previous play, he ran calling the motion, almost like a decoy. This time tried to hit him in the flat, but nothing doing. McCoy does a great job bringing him to the ground.
So it brings up 4th and long here, 4th and 15 for the Falcons. So they'll await the play call here. Play clock down to 10. Game clock now under 8 minutes to go. Stevens, all kinds of time to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and it's incomplete. No flags on the play, and the Vikings hold. They get another chance to get back in this game.
Interesting strategy there from Coach Hem. Kind of in no man's land in terms of where you're located on the field. Now, your defense has played phenomenally all night, right? Might as well give your offense an opportunity to go get it on that one. Stevens just gets a little too hungry, a little too far down the field. Had plenty of time, like you said, Matt, all day back there to throw. But now for Pleasant Grove, this is it. This is your opportunity. You won't get very many more for the rest of the game, and so they really need to get something going.
So Rasmussen and the Viking offense back out on the field. 7:50 to go in the game. You would think the Vikings need to get something going here on offense as we wind down in this one. Vikings send a man in motion. Rasmussen to pass wide open on the far side. One man to beat. He's got it. Touchdown, Pleasant Grove.
Rasmussen pass to fill out.
It's Wolfgram. 70 yards, and the Vikings are back in it.
Carson Rasmussen will not go down easy. Finds Wolfgram on the simple wheel route, and Wolfgram is off to the races. What a play. What a touchdown. What a response for Pleasant Grove. We talked about it just earlier in the drive. Very first play they come out, get a score. Now for Skyridge, trying to block the PAT. Nothing doing there, and as that goes through the uprights, Pleasant Grove closes this to a one-score game, Matt, 20-14.
We said the Vikings needed something on offense, and they found it in a big way as Carson Rasmussen finds Wolfgram for a 70-yard touchdown to get him back in it.
Yeah, just a great job by Rasmussen. Great play call. Not sure if that was the one that they've been sitting on or if it was something that the coaching staff saw, but Nevertheless, they needed to come through. Carson Rasmussen delivers to Wolfgram. Haven't seen him catch a lot of balls out of the backfield all day, and on that one, nobody was catching him.
Well, and it was a perfect setup. They sent everybody to the near side. Wolfgram was by himself. He only had one man to beat. He ends up using his legs to get it done for PG here. 7:39 to go. It's now a 6-point game. As the Vikings will get set to kick this one away. Keep a note, they did go for the onside kick to start the half, so we'll see what they elect to do here. Kick is away. Line drive kick will go into the end zone. And Jackson Stevens and this Skyridge offense will come back out. Now only holding on to a 6-point lead. Does the game plan change at all for this Falcons offense?
Well, you still have a lead, and I think the biggest enemy to you right now is that clock. But what you need to do is you need to execute. It seems like Skyridge has become really complacent, not in terms of play calling, but in terms of effort. And that's where the problem lies, Matt, is these guys have to come out. The game's not over, and now it's up to this offense to compete and execute. We saw last time they came out and threw a beautiful pass to McClellan. Wonder if they do something similar here.
They send 4 wideouts here on 1st and 10 from their own 20. Stevens will hand it off. Z. Selu will get about a yard on that one as Pleasant Grove standing tall in the run game here.
Yeah, you see the injury to Carter Sheffield, who started out the game, becoming critical here in the later moments as Skyridge trying to run the ball, and that offensive line is not getting any movement.
So 2nd and a long 8 here. So they'll send him in motion. Selu on the carry again, fights his way for maybe another 2 yards, and now 3rd down here for Skyridge.
Yeah, and not a big pickup there, but an operable 3rd down here for Skyridge. Plenty of options on the table as we hit 3rd and about 6, 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 here, we'll call it, with now under 7 minutes to go. Big 3rd down here for Skyridge. Vikings show pressure. They'll bring it. Stevens back to throw. Lofts it near side. Has Burke. Came back to get it, and I think he's going to be a yard shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, he is going to be just a yard short there, Matt. You can see Stevens does a nice job to find Burke. He's just not able to escape the defender, and on 4th and very short, Skyridge is up trying to test Pleasant Grove, and I believe that Pleasant Grove has called a timeout.
That's their last one of this half, Brian, too, as there was some miscommunication as Skyridge went straight to the line to try and go for it. PG forced to burn their final timeout here with 6:15 to go in this contest. The Vikings trailing by 6. Skyridge with a 4th and short coming up next here on KSL Sports Rewind. So the offense trots back out here for a 4th and short in their own territory. Vikings show pressure again as Stevens will back off and get the call. And it's a quick snap. Bueller mishandles it. Ball's on the ground. Who's got it? It doesn't matter. It's short anyway. The Vikings hold.
Wow, what a play call by Coach Ham. Unfortunately, with the bobble snap, leaves Bueller just short. And Pleasant Grove up to the task. What a massive stop and turnover, whether it's the fumble or on downs. That Pleasant Grove defense stood tall, told Skyridge, not today.
The PG defense has been stout all night. They give it back to their offense with 6 minutes to go, trailing by 6. 1st and 10, PG from the 29. Rasmussen changing the play. has two wide receivers here to the near side. Rasmussen back to throw. Gonna take the deep shot looking for McCoy. And a flag comes in. Fotu Moiai in coverage. Falcon fans aren't happy with the call, but it's going to be either a hold or a pass interference here on Skyridge.
Yeah, and I understand why they're booing the play. Matt, from my vantage point, it looked like there was a lot of contact before the ball got there. Carson Rasmussen does a great job delivering a great pass under massive duress from Toilolo, and this is going to give Pleasant Grove a first down inside the 20-yard line.
So the 15-yard penalty spots the ball at the 15, and Pleasant Grove in the red zone with a chance to tie or take the lead here. 6:03 to go in the ball game. Winterton on the direct snap, pushes the pile down near the 10. Gain of about 4 on first down.
Yeah, a little bit of a switch up there as they're going with almost the Wildcat look. I'm seeing some of that is just Rasmussen a little dinged up, so not able to run, but what a tough, gritty effort from number 15.
Rasmussen back in at quarterback now for Pleasant Grove. As they'll get the play call from the sideline. Clock running now under 5:30 to go. 2nd and 6 from the 11. Rasmussen, quick shot, looking near side, and he's got it. What a catch! Mackay Peterson, and PG has tied it.
Disbelief on the part of the Skyridge defensive back, but what a job by Peterson to stay with it, concentrate, reel in the catch, able to get a foot in bounds, and it's a touchdown with an opportunity to pull ahead here in the 4th for Carson Rasmussen and the Pleasant Grove Vikings.
Vikings lining up for a crucial extra point. The kick is up, and it is good, and the Pleasant Grove Vikings, 14 unanswered points. They lead 21-20 with 5:21 to go.
Just an incredible change, incredible turn. You can feel the stadium. There's almost an angst right now from the crowd as see 2 questionable calls there, and certainly on the touchdown in the end zone, there's no opportunity for a replay, and even so, Peterson was well covered by the defensive back. The fact that the ball even found its way into his hands is one thing, but for him to be able to secure the catch and score that touchdown, just an incredible play. And for Pleasant Grove, Matt, with 5:21 left in the 4th quarter, they take their first lead. Wow.
An amazing grab from Peterson on that catch in the corner. And you saw Rasmussen hobbling off of the field on that extra point. The man has done anything and everything for this PG team as they're going to kick it away here to Skyridge. Line drive kick's going to bounce into the end zone. And now it's not a matter of if, they have to air this one out. Just Jackson Stevens needs to lead this team back out on the field.
He does, and it goes back to the interesting call from Coach Hem there on 4th down where you're trying to catch them sleeping, and the thought is great. I love the thought. I just wonder about the point in the game that you're calling that one, running that one so deep in your own territory, and now massive gear shift for this Skyridge offense.
So 1st and 10 from their own 20, 5:21 to go. Falcons trailing by 1. Stevens gonna fire over the near side. Burke's got it. Big gain up the near side, out to the 39. Jack Burke with a good catch.
Just a huge catch, absorbs the contact. Great job by Skyridge to get an early explosive play. And all of a sudden they're at their own 40-yard line, and Pleasant Grove is gasping.
Gain of 19 on first down, brings a new set of downs. Stevens hands it off. Bueller fighting through tackles. Gain of 8 on first down, and the Falcons quickly moving out to midfield.
And right now, if you're Skyridge, the no-huddle plays in your favor. Pleasant Grove been going both ways all game long. They exerted a ton of energy, They're starting to wilt a little bit here.
2nd and 2 as the clock is under 5 minutes to go. Handoff goes nowhere. PG getting to it, number 55. Lucas Jackson on the tackle for PG.
Yeah, nice job by Jackson to make the tackle after missing out on the interception earlier. And for Jackson Stevens on that one, may have thought about pulling it, had a wide open edge.
3rd and short for Skyridge. They'll hand it off to Bueller into the pile. Depends on where they spot it. It's going to be short. And 4th down upcoming, 4th and 1.
Yeah, I saw a few Skyridge players optimistically pointing like a first down, but that was a well-executed job by Pleasant Grove, and it looks like we've got a player down.
It's Bueller that was in the bottom of the pile there. As the trainers will come out to look at him. Looks like maybe a cramp down there as they attend to his leg. As they look at Bueller, want to thank one of our other sponsors for tonight. We'd like to thank Igloo Outfitters. They are the coziest wearable sleeping bag, and they've got you covered during those chilly days and nights. Worry no more about the weather and watch your favorite team in comfort with Igloo Outfitters. Go to iglooOutfitters.com and enter the code REWIND for $20 off. Never miss the moments with Igloo Outfitters. So Bueller able to get back up as they stretch out the calf there. As he comes off, Brian, a pivotal play here for Skyridge's offense.
It is. It's 4th and short again, and this time in much better field position. And if you're Coach Hem, there's a little bit of a prove-it mentality right now for this offense. They sputtered the last 2 drives. I think this actually is a very good decision if I'll go with it. I like it.
Both teams, crowds on their feet, 4th and short. Play call comes in. 3 receivers to the near side. They'll hand it off. Fighting his way for a first down. It's Selu who's got the first down. Move the chains for Falcons.
Listen, when you're a great team with a lot of talent like Skyridge, sometimes it can be so easy. On that one, it's an opportunity to prove who the tougher mindset is in the arena. And right there, Skyridge comes through.
Coming up on 3:30 to go. Clock is running. 1st and 10 from the 49. Stevens. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Throws over the middle. He's got his receiver. Colby Smith with another first down.
Yeah, just a massive swing in momentum here. Skyridge in complete control. And now as they're driving into Pleasant Grove territory, the task becomes trying to time this so that you don't leave too much time for Pleasant Grove to get another drive.
Clock's at 3:05 and counting. 1st and 10 for Skyridge from the 38. Stevens, near side, Smith, brought down near the 30. Gain of about 6 on first down.
And under 3 minutes to play. Nice job by Smith. Secure the catch, get down, let that clock work. And for Skyridge right now, you're almost into field goal territory, Matt, and that's all you need to win this game is just a field goal. They're in a great situation.
2nd and 4. Stevens back to the air again. Going to take a shot for the end zone. Burke goes down. No flag.
And you can hear the Boo Birds again as Burke goes down. And, he did have that ankle taped up earlier in the game here on the sideline. I have to wonder if it's tripped or contact or what it was. Regardless, that ball looked like it was well outside of his reach. And for Jackson Stevens, I understand the thought that you want to go get a touchdown, but right now the bigger concern is controlling the football.
So 3rd and 4 here, 2:28 to go. Stevens again, pressure coming, dumps the screen pass, has Selu inside the 25, another first down for Skyridge.
Nice job on the play call, and great job by Stevens. Finds Selu in the flat on the screen, and he moves the chains. And more importantly, Matt, that clock will continue to tick. 2:20 and counting.
First down, Skyridge from the Pleasant Grove 24. Pressure coming for the Vikings. Stevens throwing to the far side, has Burke near the first down marker, stays in bounds, and another first down as Skyridge enters the red zone. And a flag flies late.
And this one, I'm not sure about the late flag other than maybe some extracurriculars there on the far sideline. Yeah, I do believe there could have been something said to the official. Tension has been high. This is very much a rivalry, even though Lehigh and Pleasant Grove aren't next to each other. Every school is very competitive here in Utah County, and looks like this one's going to back up Skyridge. Boy, and for this fan base, you can feel the animosity. They feel like every call right now is going against them.
So they pick up the first down, but the unsportsmanlike conduct call backs up the Falcons back to their own 28-yard line. It'll still be first down, about 1st and 14 with 2:10 to go. Oh, they'll reset the down, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 27. Because they did pick up the first down on the last play. We reset. Clock running now under 2:10. Stevens in the offense trying to get something going. Stevens, bubble screen. McClellan has room. There he goes up the far side. Dodges a man. And he's into the end zone. Trevin McClellan. Touchdown, Skyridge.
Like a parting of the sea, the Pleasant Grove defense opened up, and McClellan never missed his moment. He flies into the Skyridge end zone for the go-ahead touchdown, pending the PAT here, and it looks like Skyridge has the offense out on the field to go for two, Matt, with under 2 minutes left. I have to agree with Coach Hem here. You have to go for two.
2 points would make it a 7-point game here because of that blocked extra point on the first touchdown. Skyridge is going to use a timeout and talk about it here. But 1:52 to go. Skyridge generates a fantastic drive, finds the end zone, and they're back in front in this one.
Yeah, the screen game has been absolutely dynamite all game long for Skyridge, and on that one, it's a great play call. Stevens finds McClellan. McClellan knows what to do, finds the end zone, and this place was electric. It wasn't just the S that was lit. It was the entire crowd.
You could hear it from the entire fan base that's just right below us here. Skyridge able to jump ahead in the final minutes here. Teams making their way back out for this extra point attempt. And the offense is going to stay out there, so the Falcons will go for two. Try and make it a 7-point game. Stevens in the offense, going for the 2 points here. Handoff. Bueller's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and Skyridge has a 7-point lead.
What else would you expect in that moment? Just an absolutely dominating drive, and the 2-point capper there with Bueller as he dives into the end zone. And for Skyridge, an incredible response, capped off by a couple big plays, Matt, but even more so, a critical 4th down conversion and 4th and 1 there at midfield. And mentioned it a couple times on the broadcast, there are so many players for Pleasant Grove that go both ways, and have to wonder if fatigue played a little bit of a role in that one.
So after the 2-point conversions, 28-21 our score, 1:52 to go in this contest. The board says PG has 1 timeout remaining. As the Falcons get ready to kick this one off. McCoy and Mickelson back to return. Mickelson won't get a chance at it as it goes into the end zone. And the Vikings, with 1:52 to go, can try and generate a drive here to force overtime.
Yeah, with under 2 minutes left, it's going to be a difficult proposition for Pleasant Grove. Momentum completely in the favor of the Falcons. But, Matt, it's Carson Rasmussen. How many times has he been left for dead tonight, only to respawn like the Undertaker rising from the dead? He's not quite a wrestler size, but I tell you what, the persona is there. And with 1:52 left, you have to wonder, is there a little bit of magic left in Carson Rasmussen in this PG offense?
1st and 10 from the 20. Rasmussen, quick throw near side. Has his man in Peterson out of bounds near the 25. They'll spot it at the 26, gain of 6 on first down.
Yeah, and if you're able to get 6 or 7 yards on every play and stop the clock, this is going to get real iffy for Skyridge. They're going to have to look at possibly dialing up some pressure, and see Doshan Toilolo kind of all over the place early pre-snap.
Rasmussen checks the play. Here on 2nd and 4. Four-man rush. Pass near side. Has his man Peterson. Another completed catch and a first down here for Pleasant Grove.
And that's a first down, 2 back-to-back completions. And the bigger thing, Matt, very little time off that clock. It was a great job by the Pleasant Grove offensive line to kind of create a car crash in front of Rasmussen and allow him to operate.
1st and 10 from the 31, 1:43 to go in the game. Rasmussen with 3 wideouts to his left. Play clock now under 5. They get the snap off. Rasmussen, time to throw. Throws over the middle, has a catch. That is Tanner Blake over the middle, gets about 7 on first down.
Boy, and I tell you what, a critical bobble there by the official as Pleasant Grove trying to get up and get set here. But a nice job by Rasmussen to find the open receiver.
Clock running under 1:30 to go here. 2nd and 3. Rasmussen back to throw again. Goes far side, little too short. Looking for McCoy on the far side.
And Toilolo just bearing down on him, and Rasmussen again looks like it might be that plant foot that he has injured. It's hard to say the way that he's gimping, but if he can't plant and really deliver, drive the ball, you're going to see a few more of those shorter bobblers. It's such a long throw on the field side out.
Clock stops at 1:18 to go, 3rd and 3. Falcons fans on their feet. Falcons show pressure. Rasmussen stays in, throws wide open. Peterson out past the 45 and out of bounds. A first down for the Vikings.
Yeah, again, Rasmussen standing tall in the pocket despite only being 5'10", delivers to Peterson, and Peterson looks like he's cramp or something down here on the near sideline, and this is going to be an injury timeout. Maybe it was an equipment issue, hard to see. As he walks off, it looks like he's probably going to have to leave the game for one play with the official timeout. And, Matt, that brings up an interesting conundrum as you lose one of your best players so far in this drive for a play.
He's had 3 catches on this drive alone. He had that huge catch in the end zone that gave the Vikings the lead. He'll have to sit out for this play as it's now 1st and 10 from the 47. Screen pass. Connects. Wolfgram into Skyridge territory. And he's out of bounds near the 40-yard line. A good run from Wolfgram gets another first down.
Terrific anticipation of the pressure from Skyridge. Finds Wolfgram for the screen, and he darts his way for a first down.
1:09 to go. PG in Skyridge territory at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10. Rasmussen, quick throw over the middle, has McCoy. They're going to say it's a catch.
It looked short from our vantage point, but they're going to give it to him, but it's a gain of 5 and the clock runs.
Yeah, it might actually help out Skyridge in this instance as more time ticks off the clock.
Vikings got to hurry, under a minute to go. Rasmussen going to take a shot. Has McCoy. He makes the catch. Kale McCoy into the red zone. Able to drag the toes. And PG 18 yards away from the end zone.
What a terrific throw from Rasmussen, and we're going to get an official's timeout here as Deshaun Toilolo is down at the 37-yard line. And he is moving as if he's in major pain. What an incredible series of events there, Matt. Just a brilliant throw by Rasmussen, great catch by McCoy, able to drag the toes, and with 19 yards to go and 45 seconds, everything is in front of Pleasant Grove, and you have to wonder, as they're huddling up here, if the conversation isn't maybe going on the sideline with the other coaches about whether or not to go for two.
So as they look at Toilolo, we'll step aside. 45 seconds to go. PG on the move, down by 7 here on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back as you see Deshaun Toilolo needing to be helped off the field. Not what anybody wants to see, Brian, as he needs to be helped off to the sideline here.
Yeah, and you can see it's something bad as he needs a lot of assistance to get off the field. And for Skyridge now, they're about to be tested.
1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. 45 seconds to go in the game. Vikings need a touchdown to tie it. Rasmussen with 3 wideouts to the far side. Pressure coming. Rasmussen rolls out. Throws over the middle. Has his man, Sean Cottle, inside the 5. But there is a flag on the play. Did he pass the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball?
It does look like from where everybody's standing, he was past the line of scrimmage. Hard for me to say over here as Rasmussen, again, just absolutely gimpy out there, and you can see it's the right ankle that's hurt and continues to be hurt. And boy, how he was able to find his receiver in the space there, absolutely incredible job. We'll see what the call is from the officials.
Roughing the passer call is the call on Skyridge. Not only will the catch count, they move half the distance to the goal, and it's 1st and goal from the 2.
Yeah, with Rasmussen outside the pocket, it must have been something either egregious or to the head. Very interesting call from this crew.
33 seconds to go. 1st and goal for Pleasant Grove. Rasmussen, quick throw, has his man, Wolfgram. Touchdown, Vikings. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game, or potentially going for 2 and leading this game.
Carson Rasmussen can barely walk, and yet he's able to find Wolfgram on the leak out of the backfield, and Wolfgram takes it in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And you see Pleasant Grove is going to kick the extra point.
Parker Hall for the extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. And with 25 seconds left, the Vikings have tied the game with the undefeated Falcons.
Absolutely incredible job at Pleasant Grove. Again, drove almost the length of the field to score that touchdown at under 2 minutes, and just a perfectly executed 2-minute drill. And now, as we sit knotted at 28, Matt, just an incredible shift of momentum here in the 4th quarter, and an impressive response from this Pleasant Grove team. And with 25 seconds left, the Skyridge Falcons, this return could be critical. If you're able to generate some yardage off of this one, and Pleasant Grove has done a fairly good job of keeping the ball in the end zone off of these and forcing touchbacks. If you're able to generate a return, now all of a sudden you have some time to operate, and potentially with 2 timeouts left, you could set up a field goal.
So the Vikings will kick this one away. It's going to be fielded at the 1-yard line. Falcons going to try and bring it out, and brought down at the 24-yard line goes Trent Call. So 19 seconds left between us and potentially some bonus football here, Brian.
Yeah, nobody's going to complain about free football tonight, although I do think on the part of Skyridge Falcons, a bit surprising. They felt like the game was within their control. Few missed opportunities, few missed assignments, and now with 19 seconds left, they're going to try and generate anything to get them into a position to win this game before regulation ends.
So 19 seconds left. 2 timeouts are available for Jackson Stevens and this offense. How hard do they want to push it here? 4 wideouts for Stevens. They're going to hand it off to Bueller. Gain of 1 on the play. No timeout's going to be called, and this is going to be... We're going to overtime, Brian.
Boy, interesting choice by Coach Hem. We've seen that Jackson Stevens has enough arm where they could have tried to throw something deep, but instead willing to play for overtime. And Matt, I got to admit, this is my first time as a broadcaster going into extras, and what a tremendous game we've had between the Vikings and the Falcons. It started out tightly contested affair, back and forth that first quarter, and then you saw Pleasant Grove fight into this one here in the second, and I have to think back to that touchdown that was called back as an incompletion there at the very end of the first half, and how that almost triggered this response from Skyridge where they feel like the officials have been against them a little bit. And now as you go into overtime, it's so much more about, can you compose yourself? Can you bring all those emotions together and focus them in the direction of executing your job? Again, I don't believe that Deshaun Toilolo will be going back into the game as he's being worked on still on the sideline. And so we'll wait for the coin toss here, and you know, what an opportunity for Pleasant Grove, really. Just a tremendous effort by them.
It's been an amazing game from both of these teams. As Pleasant Grove able to get a last-minute touchdown. It's Wolfgram off the pass from Rasmussen as the teams meet at midfield for the coin toss. As they're meeting, we'll go over the rules here. It is the same overtime rules that we see in the NCAA. So we'll see each team will get a possession from the 25-yard line. Yeah, so the teams meeting at midfield decide who's going to go first here in the overtime.
And you see the coin toss out here, and the Don't Stop Believing blares over the loudspeakers. It was like an attempt to try and engage everyone. But, Matt, I think the bigger story coming into this overtime is just two teams where you have Pleasant Grove, who truly believes in themselves right now, pending this coin flip, and then a Skyridge team that right now has to find some composure as they've just been flat-out outplayed here in the fourth quarter. Now, whether you want to say that was by the officials or Pleasant Grove, I'll leave that up to the viewer at home, but for the Falcons right now, it's about gaining that composure, and for Pleasant Grove, can you last for one more extra series?
So we're going to play on the north side of the field. As you see, Toilolo being looked at still here on the home bench. As he will not be a part of this Skyridge defense. So we get set for overtime. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here tonight. Matt Coma, Brian Brown, if you're joining us late, boy, have you missed a fun one. It's been a back and forth affair as Pleasant Grove had the lead for most of the first quarter. Skyridge exploded in the second quarter, but then Pleasant Grove able to come back and get a last-minute touchdown to force overtime here, as Jackson Stevens in the offense of Skyridge will get the ball first here in our first overtime.
With the ball, first down at the 25.
First and 10 from the 25. Stevens throws over the middle. It's caught, and a flag flies. That was Trevin McClellan on the catch. Gain of 8 on the play. We'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a pass interference here. I believe it's going to go against Pleasant Grove. And like Skyridge, although they'll take the result of the play in terms of that's a good pickup, and that's I believe a 15-yard penalty here, and that really changes things for Skyridge in terms of now you've got an automatic first down, but you're inside the 20-yard line.
So the 15-yard penalty should spot it at about they'll do half the distance to the goal, so it'll be about the 12.5-yard line.
Ball now at the 12-yard line.
It'll be a new set of downs here for Skyridge. First and 10. Four wideouts spread across the field for Stevens. First down, fakes the handoff, throws near side. Colby Smith's got it, but he's met by the Vikings defense. As that's number 7, Gabe McCoy, in there for the tackle.
Yeah, nice job by, I believe, number 2 as well, as he's able to sniff out the play. And Skyridge just tried to isolate both McClellan and Call over there on that little wide receiver screen, and Pleasant Grove up to the task.
Second and 11 after the loss of 1. Three wideouts to the far side for Stevens. Vikings show pressure. Stevens stays in the pocket and throws, but it's incomplete as he took a shot from number 8. That's to allow Wolfgram, the guy who had the game-tying touchdown.
Yeah, and Wolfgram does a nice job of playing the pressure. But the bigger news, Matt, now it's 3rd and long here for the Skyridge offense. They can pick up a first down, but very critical set of downs for the Falcons.
Need to get to the 3-yard line for a first down. 3rd and 11. Play clock now under 5. Play clock down to 1. Gets the ball off just in time. Stevens, shot for the end zone. Too far for Burke. Just past his outstretched hands, and it's 4th down.
Boy, what a missed opportunity there. You can see the body language from both Burke and Stevens. Both wish they could have that one back. Burke just not able to reel it in, and a little too much juice from Stevens. And Skyridge is going to attempt a field goal here, Matt. And, boy, what a start to this overtime.
It's going to be Foxton Dovey, the junior, from 31 yards out to give Skyridge the lead. Hold is good, kick is away, and it is good. Foxton Dovey puts 3 on the board, and Skyridge takes a 31-28 lead. PG up next on offense.
Yeah, nice job, nice execution there on the field goal. And just a little bit of a consolation prize as Skyridge really tried to get that ball in the end zone. And now up to the task of this defense, which for the most part, Matt, has done a great job all night long. But they are going to be without the great equalizer, number 0, Deshaun Toilolo. And this is a Pleasant Grove offense that's coming into this overtime with an absolute ton of momentum. We'll see how Rasmussen's ankle holds up.
They've scored on 2 straight drives. First drive of overtime. First and 10 from the 25. A touchdown wins it for the Vikings. Rasmussen lofts the ball to the far side, broken up. Big collision on the far side. As that's number 24, Mark Baird, breaking up the play.
Phenomenal job by Baird, tracking the ball, making the play, and then insult to injury is the big hit laid over there on the sideline, and looks like that Pleasant Grove player is down still, Matt. I don't believe that they're going to give him an injury timeout, but something to keep an eye on there on the far sideline.
That is Mackay Peterson, and is down over on the far side at about the 10-yard line. They're looking at him just off of the field here. So the officials trying to decide. I think there is a flag down on the field as well at about the 13-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
And we'll see what the call is. It's a personal foul, and it's on the Falcons. Another personal foul against this Falcon defense gives Pleasant Grove a first down at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, and unfortunately we do not have a microphone on the head official there, so we're not able to hear if it was unnecessary roughness or too high of a hit or whatever the situation was. But the bottom line, Matt, this puts Pleasant Grove immediately into scoring position with a fresh set of downs.
It's been over a calendar year since the last time the Falcons have lost a game. Corner Canyon, September 2022, last time this Falcons team has suffered a loss. As we're going to get a timeout, I believe, here? Or are they still looking at Peterson over on the far side over there? And so you can see Peterson up over on that far sideline. So he took a big shot there on that collision.
Yeah, and where it's on that far sideline, hard for us to gauge how close the margin was there, whether it was inbounds, out of bounds. On that one, it is still the game of football, Matt. We want to protect these kids first and foremost, and you can see as Peterson gets to his feet, positive sign over there, but more importantly, on the field right now, Pleasant Grove with first and 10 and all the momentum right now. They're going to have 4 opportunities to score here from inside the 15-yard line.
So the Vikings trying to play spoiler on senior night here at Skyridge High. First and 10 from the 12. Rasmussen rolls out and just going to throw this one away. Brings up second down.
Yeah, not much there, and he just, you can see the wheels are just rusted up for the game, and a prior injury to Carson Rasmussen, I believe it was a right ankle. He's just not the same mobile, explosive player that he was to start the game, and so for Pleasant Grove, that's all you can do. Try and isolate a player out there, and for Skyridge, nice job staying disciplined.
Second and 10 from the 12.5. 4 wideouts in the formation for Rasmussen, 3 to the near side. Rasmussen back to throw, fires end zone, has a man! It's caught! It's caught! Bronco Winterton wins it for the Vikings!
Touchdown. And that concludes the overtime, and that concludes the football game. Fans, please stay in the stands. Please stay in the stands as we have fireworks coming your way. Final official score, Pleasant Grove 34.
The Vikings pull off the comeback as the teams meet at midfield here. Falcons getting into it as well. The Vikings storm the field. Carson Rasmussen to Bronco Winterton, 12 yards, touchdown, Vikings win.
Pandem absolutely exhausted He has fought his tail off tonight, Matt, and an incredible performance. You can see his coaches and administrative staff get everything organized. Tension's high, emotions are high. This is an emotional, competitive game, and for Skyridge, the heartbreak, the end of their undefeated season. You can see a variety of emotions and responses, and just had the game in their grasp, and so many things seem to go in the favor of the Vikings there in the third and fourth quarter, and Pleasant Grove with the upset. And what an incredible moment for the Vikings and that team. Hard-fought effort, so many guys going both ways, and like I said, for Skyridge, heartbreak as the undefeated season comes to a close, and they'll be forced to regroup, Matt. It's not the end of their playoff pursuit, but in terms of winning the region championship, we are now dead even.
As you mentioned, this is a 3-horse race now for the Region 3 crown, as the loss now makes a 3-way tie between Pleasant Grove, Skyridge, and American Fork. This Falcon squad does have to go on the road to take on the Cavemen next week. And a win by Skyridge and a win for PG next week against Lehigh would force a 3-way tie of the Region 3 crown. What a game tonight, folks. It has been a fun one here, as Pleasant Grove down 20-7 in the fourth quarter with about 6 minutes left comes all the way back, forces overtime with a game-tying touchdown in the final minute, and then Carson Rasmussen on one leg connects with Bronco Winterton for the game-winning touchdown in overtime. I think I know who it's going to be, but Brian, give me your player of the game tonight.
Yeah, it's no one else other than Carson Rasmussen. And what an incredible effort. You know, we knew coming into this one that he was the spark, the motor of this offense. But talk about the heartbeat and toughness, gritty. The term warrior comes to mind. Not just to fight through the injury, but the mindset to stay calm and collected and even keeled throughout the course of the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows of the game. Just a fantastic job by him. And he had a hand in every touchdown tonight, one way or another. And just a tremendous game for Rasmussen, a tremendous win for Pleasant Grove as you see them on the far sidelines and celebrating with the fans.
So that'll do it for us here tonight. We want to thank each and every one of you for watching tonight's game. With the win, Pleasant Grove moves to 8-1 and 3-1 in Region 3. With the loss, Skyridge falls to 8-1 on the season, their first loss since September 23rd of last season to Corner Canyon. As now they move to 3-1 in region play. Skyridge heads on the road next week to take on American Fork. And this PG squad will be back at home for their senior night as they'll host the Lehigh Pioneers to close out the regular season. It's been a fun one tonight. Thank you so much for watching tonight. For everybody here with the KSL Sports Rewind crew, for Brian Brown, for Doug, our amazing cameraman, I'm Matt Coma. Signing off from Skyridge High, the Pleasant Grove Vikings pull it off in overtime, 34-31, your final score. You've been watching high school football on KSL Sports Rewind. Have a great rest of your night and enjoy the rest of your weekend.